So, recap. Last session, the party woke in the same mossy and very damp cavern, not unlike the first time, doing their best to avoid Nanny's attempts at luring them back into her cottage. Unfortunately, they ended up in a short scuffle with her, noting, worryingly, that she was a force to be reckoned with. Luckily, they did manage to escape down a familiar tunnel, however, unluckily for some, that is, meeting up with Skeleton Trev once more. He's now officially the mascot, I think. Only this time, taking him into their party ranks. Their doggy friend made a brief appearance, yet scarpered off in its own doggy adventures, leaving the party to make their way to the quartz cavern in which they had opened the trapdoor previously. Thankfully, Brona was there, just as confused as everyone else, and agreed to tag along. She had been waiting and hoping others would show, as she dared go down the trapdoor staircase alone. The stairs within the trapdoor led down into more cavernous areas, this time with pools of water and sounds of frogs in the background. Their attempts to make it easier to see with torchlight stirred up giant frogs which attacked right away. They were dispatched, however, without too much trouble, and soon the party discovered an underwater passageway in the farthest pool. Seemingly, the only way forward was for them to dive into the water. And yet, tragically, the water's depth had a nasty surprise for them, which they had to do battle with. A water creature that unfortunately took the life of the druid half-orc Yunte. Yunte. The death shocked the rest of the party, and they fought to reclaim her body. As they dragged her ashore, the ominous bells chimed once again, and as they fell down unconscious, Kromdren could not help but think back home. So, there you go. So let me stop this music and change the scene. Boop. So, as you all wake up, there's the sounds of horse hoofs clampering around you. And a neigh as the horses are halted. Wait, Val! There are people inside the road! And the you hear the sound of horses like halting and people climbing off. Like from your guess as you become conscious. 2 people perhaps? Aye, there's a funny sight to be sure. Come on, let's kick 'em awake. You're all kicked lightly awake, and as soon as you become aware, you sit up to see you're all laying on a low mountain road with 2 dwarven men staring down at you, a couple of ponies not far behind them. Kromdren, you immediately notice they look like people you've seen around your hometown, and as soon as your eyes lock, they both gasp. Is that fucking Kromdren? What the hell have you been? Oh, come on now. This has been too long. What's going on? They're just looking down at you, really puzzled.
I am just as confused as you, friends. Come on, let's help me wake up my friends, and we'll talk on the way.
All right then, pal. Don't worry. So the one that just spoke, he's the taller of the 2. He's got like a braided beard, like braided at the end with some like metal rings at the end. Yeah, they're both wearing like traveling clothes, and the smaller one got bright red hair. His beard isn't as long, but they're kind of like parted, like in like a fork. And they go, all right, lad, let's go. And then they start like shaking the others awake. Ash, as you wake, you feel like a tingling along your jawline. It kind of itches slightly. It's not unpleasant. It's just like an itchy, tingling feeling along your skin. And a flash of understanding suddenly sparks in your brain. And you take out the silver bell you had found previously. It's on a little like a charm chain. And it can fit nicely around your wrist. And it feels as though your affinity with this object has grown while you're blacked out. Though at the moment, you're not sure what it does. The tingling is the only thing that you feel at the moment.
I will fasten it to one of the mini bracelets that are on my wrist.
Okay. All right, lad. And he taps you on the shoulder. All right, get up. And he helps you up.
Yep. Working on it. Okay. Hold on. That. Who are you? What's going on?
Hey, we're
And then I can look out and see that I'm on a mountain road, right?
Yeah, it's like a mountain path. It's like this path along this mountain. There's like it's almost like a valley each side, like rocks rising up each side of this path, and there's like a gravelly texture, clearly worn by hundreds and thousands of people traveling each day across this path. And there's like a sign, or like a road sign near you, written posts with like one direction pointing to one place and another one pointing to another. At first you're like, I can't really read this text, but then you kind of realize, wait, whoa, you can actually read this. You can read Dwarven. What? And the one pointing behind you.
I can read Dwarven?
Yeah, you don't know why, but suddenly these signs, you can read them. One says Nishbom Lod and Nob, and the one heading to the other direction is Avuong Ikul. That's what they say in runes.
So yeah, I'm just gonna kind of see all this and okay, not a cave. Was the cave real? What's going on? Can I go home? He's gonna put his hands to his head and kind of scratch at his jaw.
All right, lads. Sorry. My name is Buvron, and this is Avron. Hello, and they bow.
Hi. Yeah. Ash is gonna walk next to the nearest rock that's about his size and kind of just like bang his head into it one time and just kind of sit there.
Buvron, the taller guy, he kind of leans into Kromdren and going, "Is that guy all right? He looks like he needs a drink."
We all need a drink right around now. It's what happened? What of the forge?
The forge. Their expressions turn a bit serious, and did you hear about your da?
What about my da?
He's been taken ill. It's been about a week, but he's been bedridden for since then. It's pretty weird. He's a strong bastard. He won't go and, you know.
Were you there when there's fire when there's fire outside of the inside of the fucking mountain? Or is it just me?
The fire in the
fire. It's because I would think yeah, I would think dwarven fortresses are it's still a fort, but it's naturally carved inside of a mountain.
Well, they kind of look at you funny, like, are you okay? And you feel like you're shaking your head a bit. Maybe it's just your travels. And just 1 moment while I send you something on Discord.
Sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Okay, so I mean, it doesn't feel like you've been away for a while, but your memory is still hazy from whatever this amnesia is that has stricken everybody. But still, you get to recognize that this path is, it's leading to the mining guild area, and behind is where all the markets and shops and the auction houses, and also you remember about this city that it's a spread out city. It's in pieces. You can't quite remember why it's built in such a way, but that's just the way it is. And the two dwarves Bouvron and Avron, they're just staring at you now. So, what about the rest of your party?
Well,
Ash has still got his head in a rock.
Tuck Tuck's waking up and fluffing her feathers and looking about cautiously and a little bit irritated.
Mm-hmm.
Them. I think it's best that they come with us towards the city for now. At least, let's give them like a warm welcome, at least for me.
Alright, well, Bouvron, he kind of like nudges Avron, and Avron goes, oh, alright, and then he kind of like Avron gets on his pony. He says, I'll just go on ahead and just tell everybody you're back, and he like gallops off. Bouvron kind of like looks at everybody. Is anyone needing assistance?
Please. Yes. Where is Tuck Tuck finding herself?
He suddenly like steps back. He hasn't seen the likes of Chew before. Or Tuck Tuck. Sorry.
It's fine. Same thing.
Yeah. Like, oh, what's that? He kind of like points at this bird person in front of him.
I don't remember, but what I can assure you is it is one of us. It's with me. It's fine.
She, if you be pleasing.
She then. So I know we're a colorful lot, one way or the other. But I can assure you they're with me.
Okay. All right. Well, one of you can take my pony if you like. Oops. So there is like you're currently on like a T junction, and like here. The T.
I cannot see.
Oh well, for those that can see, there is a T junction, and one direction is pointing towards the markets, the other way is pointing towards the Miners' Guild. The Miners' Guild on the sign is called Avuan Ikul, and the markets that it's pointing to is Nishbom Nob. And what's his name? I'm terrible at remembering names. Avron has gone and headed towards Avuan Ikul. He's rode off that way. And that's where Bouvron wants to take you as well. Ooh.
Oh wow, that's big.
Whoa! There's a giant bird attack! Ah! For the benefit of Ash,
I thought I put my character on the thing.
There's a giant picture floating on the screen now.
Suddenly, a flood of fully armored fucking like dwarves like swarm outside.
Rock! Everybody run!
It's a rock! I thought I just put my character on the screen. I'm sorry!
That's funny.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
Yeah, so you guys are like on this T-junction. It's like mountain like rock either side of this path. So you can't really see any like destination unless you turn a corner. And waiting for anyone to take the offer of his pony, he's just staring. Good old Bouvron.
Ash currently still has his head kind of like against a rock and is like rubbing his head like, I don't know what's going on.
Are we in a tunnel?
It's not quite a tunnel. The sky is open, so you can see the sky. It's a nice clear day.
Ash isn't doing so well with this amnesia and waking up in strange places.
I'm gonna take a moment, noticing that We are clearly not in Kansas anymore. Finish dusting off my cloak. Take note of what is on my person, including what I'm really... Player-wise, Rose is really hoping Trevor is still on Karstein's hip.
Well, are you gonna look for him?
Yeah, I'm going to look down to my right hip.
Okay.
I'm going to pull my cloak a little tighter over my hip and walk over towards Ash to, I guess, kind of collect him since he doesn't seem to be having a fun time.
I will just kind of allow Karstein to lead me as is right now because he's not doing so good. He's a little confused.
You all lot drink, right? I assume you drink.
Not often, but at this point, one would be welcomed.
Then go take the pony. I need a. Go follow the guy who just took off a while ago. Should get you to the guild's quarters. I will walk. I would like to walk. The walk is there.
Alright, well, if you're gonna bundle a lad on the pony, go ahead.
Tuk
I
will
can.
assist with
shoving
Ash.
Ash. Yeah, kind of. I mean, Karstein's unfortunately not very strong, but
Yeah.
she's gonna do her best to kind of like
At this point,
get him to get
at
from
this
him.
point, Bruno finally wakes up. Oh, my fucking head.
Welcome back, Brona.
Where are we now?
Well, some may call it. Some may call it the mining abyss. It's home for me.
This is your home.
The mountain,
Oh, it's not.
and as much as we want to stay here in this junction, unfortunately, this is a very well traveled junction, and we wouldn't want to clog up the whole system.
Yeah, well,
Trust me, guys.
while you're
I saw
talking,
that.
Brona is listening, but she's kind of looking, finding her bearings. Kind of like a relieved look on her face because finally it's like a normal place. This is so far anyway, to her knowledge. It's not some weird cave.
I can assure you at least a bed to sleep on, food to eat, drinks to, well, whatever you prefer.
Oh yeah.
But
That's mighty fine with me. Alright, and she picks herself up.
come on then.
I'll just follow you. I'll walk with you.
Thanks. I needed this.
Okay, so
Tuk is going to take the opportunity to fly up
Mhm.
and try to get a better view of the land around them.
okay. Let me
Hold on. You said fly up?
Yes, she
Okay.
has.
It's right at
wings.
when you do that Ash is just gonna be like, hold on, that's new. It's like his first actual thing since banging his head against the rock. Like, that's new. Oh god, what's going on now?
She is a walking, talking
Living
bird,
doll.
essentially.
Yeah.
She has arms, but she also has wings on her back,
Yes,
and
yes.
she looks kind of
Ac-
hawk-like.
Is it Aracroca or something like that?
Yeah,
Bird.
Ara-
Bird.
Well,
Burp.
Ash definitely doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's just like,
you wouldn't know what the
okay.
species is at all.
bird person.
Bird person.
Cool.
Yep. Essentially. Okay. Let me send you a
I
thing
look
then.
over at Karstein next to me. It's like, is that normal? Have we met her before? Am I forgetting
Yeah,
things?
It's been a long day, night, not quite sure anymore.
Time is
I do believe
convoluted,
it's
guys.
everyone except for no, actually everyone has
Nobody
never met.
met her.
Yeah, never met her before. Karstine has.
Karstine did, yeah.
Yes. not Karstein.
Shit!
Okay, let me.
Wait, hang on. No, I'm confused.
What have you done? Okay, I'll send you the map, Rihanna, so you can have a proper look
Okay.
in your Discord. You can zoom in with this one. So from above, bird's eye view, you see the layout of the land. There's a very mountainous region to your right, and you see that the mountain is extremely high. There's like lots of, you can't even really see the peak because there's a nice collection of clouds at the top. And there's a mountain path that you can see now, quite near from where your location of the party is. Leads to inside, or like an area in the mountainside. It's quite barren, however, that area. You see the collection of population around. Like there's a big big quarry on the far top right of the map that I gave you. That's the biggest thing in this area, and then you're not quite sure why everything is all spread out like this, but you do notice along like the middle, running along, there's like craters, miniature craters. They look quite old from what you can gather, and they've got like a pool of water in each one.
Okay. Mountains. She's good with mountains. Her people are from mountains, so she'll fly back down.
Okay.
Bob her head at everybody.
Okay, so is everyone following both the other dwarves?
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess so.
Alright, so Bouvron and, well, everyone's already gone, but Bouvron leads you all. He's not going too fast because he's kind of like just trying to be careful because just how Ash and the like are acting. He wants to be like calm. He's trying to keep things calm. As you're walking, I guess he's just lightly talking to Kromdren, trying to catch up, trying to figure out what's going on. Because from the way he's talking about, like, Kromdren seems to have just disappeared one day. It's very bizarre. No one knows what's going on. Okay. So I'll move. So as you walk along the path, it kind of becomes lighter down the valleyway as you notice sounds of industry happening in front of you, and it's currently midday, kind of. That's what you can gather. You can't really see the sun at the moment, but it's quite bright outside, and so you see smoke rising as you see like buildings appearing in front of you. And let me just quick change the map for everyone else. Boop. Zoomed in, whoops. Yeah. And as you approach this this hub, you get like nice smells of, well, if you like this kind of smell, it's nice. Like like heat and smelting smells, and like smells of fire and whatnot. But in contained places that are meant to be there, in forges, that kind of thing. It's like brimstone, coal, smoky smells.
Smell of industry.
Yes,
Industry. Ash has
industry.
a strange sense of calm kind of come on him. Like, why am I suddenly calm?
If
What's up with the
anyone actually looks at Karstein, she's got the hintest of grins.
Ah.
To
And
Kromdren, it's just like another Monday.
and you hear clinks and by scuffles and people just going about their business, rolling stuff and carrying stuff, and just going back and forth between buildings. And there's like And Bouvron like kind of leads you towards the biggest building that you see in the surrounding area. It's like he kind of points to it. He goes, "There you go. There's the Miners Guild. Your dad's in there."
And then I hand Avron my chisel, which has my clan insignia on
Bouvron.
it. Bouvron, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'll need to write that down. Bouvron.
Yeah, Bouvron is the taller guy with the braided beard that goes into a point. Avron is the shorter guy with the red-haired beard and his kind of forks out.
I hand them my chisel. I want you guys to lead my group, my party, into like the finest fucking inn we have here.
Oh, right. Okay.
And tell them it's on my tab. I'll meet them. I'll meet them there. I'll need to check in with that first.
No problem. He's on the top floor. In that case, and he claps his hands together and rubs it. You're in for a treat. And he kind of like ushers everybody. He ties the pony just like there's like a little stable just outside the Miners Guild. It's like where a lot of carts are as well. They're kind of like the wood is like dirtied with like old coal and that kind of stuff on the surface. And he pats the horse, the pony, and kind of like ushers everybody to follow him.
I'll be with you soon, friends. Just let me talk to someone else real quick.
Okay. Let's see. So first of all, Kromdren. The Miners Guild. It's like in front of a big quad with like a little well at the front. And it's a two-story building. It looks quite old and worn. It's got people coming in and out quite often. Sometimes, a lot of the time, they look like miners themselves, and one or two people more well dressed, coming in and out with like paper and documents in their hands, just writing away. All dwarven. So far, all you've seen around the population is just dwarven men and women. Not so many children in this area. They kind of, if you ever see any children about, they're actually like helping out in the forges that are on the outer skirts, or in the other establishments that help the miners, like the pubs or the eateries, or that kind of thing, street corner stuff. So you head into the Miners Guild. It's like nice candle lit inside. It's daytime anyway, so there's not many candles out. And it's got a nice dusty smell inside. Not unpleasant, doesn't tickle your nose or anything, but it's very homely. And a lot of the tabletops and stuff are made of wood, some stone, and there's like tools about, like some of them are displayed like proudly. This axe belonged to, pickaxe belonged to blah blah blah, and this like sledgehammer belonged to blah blah blah. All the founders of this Miners Guild, that kind of thing. They're like trophies, heirlooms passed down. As soon as people notice that you've walked in, everyone like stops dead in their tracks. And they all say almost in unison, "Is that fucking Kromdren?"
I sigh and then just like rub my temples a little bit, and I'm like, "Where's Mida?"
They don't say anything. They just kind of like, the mouths are agape agog, and they kind of all just point up the stairs all together.
All right. As you were.
Yep.
And then I just like go immediately straight upstairs.
Right, as you pass them, you hear them whispering, "That's fucking Kromdren. What's he doing? That's fucking Kromdren. Kromdren. Fucking hell." Okay, and yeah. So you go up there. You see, actually, you notice that the staircase, it kind of leads to a more like formal setting. Like this is where all the documentation is done, all the admin stuff is done. Just you know, taking like note of all of the daily stuff that's happened during the mining work throughout the months.
Logistics.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's like people dressed in more like less worky attire, like making notes and stuff like that, and they all stop when they see you. Oh, Kromdren.
Yeah. I'm just here to see my da. Can you lead me to him, please?
Oh, yeah. He's in the room at the back.
All right.
And
good day to
Bouvron's
you.
with not Bouvron, sorry, Avron is there. He just come out the room that they were pointing to. You know, having just told whoever was inside that you are now back. And he like, oh, and he kind of ushers you in this way.
I hastily enter.
Okay, so this is it's kind of an odd arrangement because this is clearly not the family home, but your dad, or Kromdren's dad, has been known to basically make his home where his work is. He's very, very like passionate about his career as a miner and a craftsman, and it seems like he's felt more at home like in the workplace than in a more like a casual setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's now set up like a bed here as well, and like it's just kind of like scattered with stuff, just trinkets and books and whatnot. And you see like there's a person inside the bed, and a couple of your brothers around, all younger brothers, I do believe.
Yes.
Yes. Let me just find my notes. Goodness me.
Yeah, I'm the eldest.
Yeah, you're the eldest. Right, where's my notes? Oh no. There you go. Okay, so you see. Okay, there's you recognize as the largest brother, I should say. He's got a massive like beard that kind of spikes out, bushy like at the bottom, and he's got a loud voice, almost like Brian Breast. He goes, "Kromdren, where have you been?"
Loud as always. Hey, brother.
Yes, and you know this guy to be Kromdren. He kind of like comes over and he gives you a big hug, like squeezes you.
I awkwardly like take the hug. Like, okay, it's fine. How's Da? And then I just like try and like pull him off me.
Now, before Kromdren can tell you loudly about the whole ordeal, there's a hand is placed on his shoulder, and there's a smaller guy who you recognise to be Kromdren. He's a slighter figure. Seems to like taken up work with keeping the ledgers and stuff. He prefers that kind of thing, and he's got a much quieter voice. He goes, "No, now this is not the time. I'll let him know. You go off and tell the others." And then Kromdren laughs. All right, and he goes out the room. And Kromdren ushers you closely so you can have a good look at your father in the bed. Since Kromdren's giant frame seems to be blocking. He's quite big for a dwarf, that guy.
Stout folk. I just like go to the corner and like try and like wedge myself.
Yeah,
to
no.
the side.
Luckily, Kromdren has left. So
Okay.
yeah, so he's left the room. So yeah, Kromdren just stands next to you, clasping his hands together, just shaking his head. And you look down, and your father looks very pale. His face is much thinner than you remember, which is quite upsetting almost, because you remember him to be filled with life and rosy cheeks and, very, like, ordering people here and there to do their work and, but it's quite the opposite now. He's all very quiet and his eyes are closed. He's breathing, you can tell he's breathing. Very willful guy, so it takes a lot to do him in. That is very,
This-
very, very strange seeing him like this.
This isn't overworking now, is this?
No, it's not. So Kromdren, are you asking this to?
Yeah, I'm asking the Kromdren.
Okay. It's very strange. He pauses and he's like quite annoyed at this because it's very unlike the father to act like so foolhardy. But he kind of continues. He decided to go up the mountain by himself. That's dangerous. We all know it's dangerous because of the people that are there. Those fucking giant bastards. And he kind of pauses and goes, oops, probably spoke a bit too soon. And kind of like shocked at his own like swearing because Kromdren and like the others kind of tries to not swear as much. He's like, oh, excuse me. But yeah.
You're excused.
Yeah, he decided to go up the mountain by himself. Lately, he's been very like frustrated with what the forges have been producing. Like he's going on about the work not being quality stuff, you know, and very prideful he's always been.
Ah, shite. This is while I'm gone, yes?
Oh, yeah. When you left, he seemed to get worse. I guess all the pressure of like trying to do everything himself.
And Kromdren didn't even fucking lift a finger, did he?
Kromdren, you know the bastard. He's been in the pub.
Much of a good fighter that he is, he's literally useless.
He's no leader. Anyway, fact is, we found him on the roads that's leading to the mountain. Bloodied. Battered.
Bloodied?
Yeah, bloodied and battered. And he seemed to just give up. He had this thing clutched in his hand, and we can't open his hand. He's still clutching it now, whatever it is. And you see, like, if you're looking, he kind of like pulls the covers away, and you can see that his fist is clenched really tightly around something. We've been prying and prying, but he's like a dead man. Excuse the metaphor there. Or simile, even. But,
Bad timing.
Yeah,
brother.
sorry.
Bad timing.
But yeah, he just won't let go. We don't know what he's hiding.
I would like to like hold my father's hand, like the clutched fist. And then I'm just gonna like try to inspect and I'm gonna try to see if I can recognize the shape of what he's holding. Is it like an ore of some sorts, or
well, you can see that.
Something.
I guess I'm trying to think. If you look, like, you can see something is in there. I mean, like from the gap of between his little finger and his palm, you can see there's something in there. And it's like if you pick up his hand slowly and kind of like the window is currently open and the sunlight is coming through the window. There's a little glint that catches wherever is in his hand, just from that little gap.
Is the glint familiar to me at all? Have I read anything that
Yes, it's something that it's like niggling at the back of your mind because of all the grogginess that you've suffered previously. But that little glint and the shade of it is like a brilliant, bright color. And it's like, is it? No, it couldn't be.
I gently like lay my father's hand back down to the bed, and then just like put the covers back on top of him, and then proceed to like rub my temples again. Keep an eye on him.
Right.
I'll be back with that thing on his hand.
You'll be back.
I'll be back for him soon.
All
I
right.
have some guests over.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Well, we'll be around. I'll be here. I mean, I work here anyway, so I'm always checking in on him. I have fucking no idea where Kromdren's just gone. You're the brothers, right? Fendren and Geldren. They're off doing their work. I think Geldren is in the Makers Guild at the moment, and Fendren's down the quarry, just trying to keep himself busy.
So no one's literally at the forge.
Nope. You can see why Aldar was trying to do everything.
All right. I'll keep in touch, right? And then I just give him like a brotherly hug.
Yeah, he hugs you back, and he says, as you pull away, he'll say, if there's any changes with Dar, then I'll let you know. I'll send word.
I'll be at the fancy pub that I've never actually fucking went.
The pub you're guessing that Bouvron's led people is called the Tweed Nancy.
Exactly why I don't go to that place.
Yeah, it's called the Tweed Nancy. It's just a basic pub, right? Like, all the miners after a hard day's work, they want to drink. This is like the cheapest place, and it's become the most popular because of that. So it's quite a well-known establishment, quite hearty. Quality of the drink is questionable, but you know, it does the job.
All right, I'll be at the Tweeds then.
All right
I'll catch you, and then just like promptly leave.
Okay. Alright, well, you're heading out. You know where the Tweed Nancy is. Everybody knows where the Tweed Nancy is. So you head in that direction.
Yep, I just like make a beeline towards it.
Yeah. I would say this whole conversation took about 15 minutes. I mean, you know exactly where you were going and whatnot, and you can't see where Kromdren has gone. He's just buggered off somewhere. Which is quite typical of that guy. So you head over to the Tweed Nancy. I would say the rest of the party are all sat down now and have a round of drinks already. That Bouvron's orders. He didn't really ask what you wanted. Bouvron just got a round of ale.
Can I just say, after we split up with Ash a little bit more in his senses, he would have walked up next to Karstein and like, Karstein, is Trevor still on you?
That little bit of a grin kind of grows a little bit more, and she just kind of nods and gives a light rap to her right hip with a knuckle.
Me.
Right. That troubles. Keep him shut up. We should do that.
That's part of the plan.
Okay. Just wanted to have that exchange there. Anyways, at the pub, yes.
All right, so we're like all converged now, right?
The Tweed Nancy. The Tweed Nancy pub isn't within the walls of this little area, because within this wall is the guilds, right? They've got the Makers Guild and the Miners Guild. They are contained within a wall, and around the outer side of this area, sector, I should probably say, is just like housing for the miners and whatnot, and those are where usually all the dirty pubs are. Dirty pubs. So you
underground, quote unquote.
Yeah, dirty pub. And so that you've been laid out, the rest of the people would have been laid out, and just to the right, closer to where the mines are, and there is like it looks like a typical pub. There's someone sitting outside. You're not sure is awake or dead. He just kind of sat there, like leaning, hunched over in a puddle of something. And and it's daytime as well, so we're not gonna go there. But there's like just the windows are open, so you can hear all the laughing and stuff inside. Surprisingly lively for this time of day. So I don't know if people just go to work drunk. Who knows?
That's dwarven blood for you.
Ale is food. Yeah. So and you hear you smell like nice cooking as well. Pubs in the area seem to have like nice, homely, simple stuff. And you could definitely smell something that's similar to stew. Cooking away. Doors open, and once you're all inside, there's like typical wooden tables, and people leaning on the bar or round tables on each corner of the pub, and in the middle is like a bit larger tables, like long tables along the middle, and there's just like people, maids and whatnot, just like buzzing around serving. And it's noisy. It's noisy. It's not it's one of those type of things where you're not quite sure if you can hear people properly. It's kind of like that. So you go, yes, and kind of like cupping your own ears to talk.
Typical Friday morning. And once I enter, I immediately I just go straight to the bar, to the counter.
And as soon as you walk in, everyone stops. Is that fucking Kromdren? He is, look! He's back!
I ignore them and then just go straight to the bar, and then I just smack a heavy hand down on the counter. Around for everyone!
Hey! And then everybody's like cheering. It's fucking Kromdren! Everyone's cheering. Yay! So yeah, that's happening. I'll go back to the table of the others. Hello. Mm-hmm. So you're all like you've got your own table. Bouvron was considerate enough to avoid the big long tables in the middle and gave you a private area to just calm down. So it's not as noisy where you are, but now with a big uproar, you're like, oh, not again. The big yeah.
And then basically once I grab my tank, a big jumbo-sized dwarven-sized serving of ale, I just pretty much look for the group and then just join them in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna pause time at the moment. And is there anything you wanted the rest of the party want to discuss while they're at the table before Kromdren arrives, or is it just?
Ash would have made a point to order food, cheap but meat.
Okay.
Just point that out to you. And he has not touched any ale. He probably would have asked for water if they have it.
When you ask for water,
well, by the way.
when you ask for water, the waitress is like, "What?"
I kind of give her a stink eye and be like, I just nod to her.
It's like, all right, I'll see what I can find. Ale is water. What are you talking about? Anyway, yeah, they drink ale like water around here, so they kind of is it fancy twat here? They're gossiping behind the bar now.
Born with iron livers.
Gale, yeah. Yeah. Chiu or Tuk Tuk will also be introducing herself to the others, and
yeah, please roleplay this out if you like.
Okay, give me one moment.
So
Let me remember her deity.
Aww.
Bird person. I don't know if that is rude. Nice to meet you.
Please. It is a pleasure for Tuk Tuk to meet you too.
Tuck Tuck, that would be your name then?
Being Tuck Tuck, yes. And your name is being?
Ash. Name's Ash Fair.
It is a lovely name. She chitters a bit.
Thank you. It's all I got.
She fluffs her feathers, kind of looking a little pleased. And then she turns to Karstein. And you are being?
I'm being quite confused, but no, I'm Karstein, thank you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. Tuk Tuk is being quite confused herself.
You are not the only one, my friend, but you're in good company, I can tell you that.
Can you?
Barely.
From within your cloak, you hear a
Fluffed up
You kind
feathers being that.
Another friend, I swear.
Yeah. Broner is just like glaring in the direction of this, you know who. Just like, if he fucking says any more puns, I'm going to kick him across this table, across the room, and I'm gonna try and aim for outside the window.
Yeah. Best not to ask about him in a public place.
Yeah, I'm going to, like... I kind of feel like Karstein's doing the whole I just snuck a kitten into school moment, where she just, like, opens up her cloak a little bit. She's like, Trevor, listen, I need you to just stay quiet just for a bit, okay?
But I have rights!
I know, and they are very fine rights, but we are not in the cave anymore.
Hey, what?
And, like, I kind of slide the cloak open a little bit and just kind of, like, show off the rest of the tavern. Be like, we are somewhere new, so I need you to just keep it a little quiet, just for a bit. And then we can tell jokes and puns and all that later.
Civilization!
Does Tuk Tuk see this?
Karstein's being, like, slick about it. Like, she's not, like,
What's your passive perception?
Perception.
Yeah, passive perception, yeah.
That's... what? 4?
Hmm?
Do I need to
passive? No, passive perception is like its own number. So if you scroll
It
down your
should
character
be
sheet,
10 plus your wisdom modifier.
Sorry, say that again?
It's listed on the sheet. If you scroll down, it's above languages and that kind of thing on Roll20.
Oh, okay.
Below charisma.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 14.
Okay. Well, you definitely notice Karstein like talking to something within her cloak, and it's a bit odd. You can't see exactly inside there.
Okay. That's fine. I just needed to make sure she did not see the skull.
Yeah.
No, she's not making, like, a grandstand show of it. She's just kind of like, hey, Trevor, see? Okay, now shut up.
Right. I just wanted to make sure she did not get a peek of that.
Hmm. Well, I mean, she's probably blocking the view because she's trying to be sneaky.
Right.
If you really want to try and see, I'd ask you to roll. But passively, that's what you see.
Passively, nah. She's curious, but she's not, like, really actively trying to stick her nose in. So. Or her beak in, I should say.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah, Bruno is just taking a drink, just sitting there quietly, sipping.
So you were speaking of cave.
Oi, that's right. In some fuck off cave somewhere. I have no idea.
Hey, foul-mouthed one. I don't think I ever caught your name.
Oh, Brona.
Brona.
Hmm.
Noted. Okay, thank you. And at that point, Ash is just gonna, like, head plant the table waiting for food.
She kind of just stares at you, raising as an eyebrow. Continues to drink.
Are you being all right? Ash, was it?
Ash is correct.
Easy.
Ash is just very, very tired and very confused.
Boy, how old are you?
Me?
Yes.
Let me double check that. do. Crap, where is it? Here we are. 19. I am 19.
Alright, you're old enough. Slides a drink in your direction. Drink that.
No, thank you. Not a fan.
Are we needing to get you a room to rest, to heal?
I'll be okay. Just trying to sort things out in my head, which is unnaturally empty.
Suit yourself. Leans back in a chair. Drinks. Okay. I would say at this point, Kromdren is now at the bar. And you hear the uproar, the way, and the fucking
Ash will now be
Kromdren!
looking up again.
Bruveron just arrives back as well. He's ordered himself another drink. And he nods over, he's like, oh, Kromdren's here.
And I basically make a beeline towards the group and join them. So,
Alright there, pal. Got yourself a drink.
extra serving. Right. It's time.
Did you see your da?
Yeah, I did.
Hasn't really moved from what I've seen. Don't know what to say, really. It's really a shame.
And then I just take 4 very big gulps of ale. And then just slam the tankard down.
Yeah,
the
drinks to
table.
that, pal. And he does the same.
I take it you are being Kromdren, yes?
You hear someone at the back going, aye, that's fucking Kromdren!
And then when the moment I slam my tankard, and then I just snap back to the people and can anyone get some privacy around here?
Alright, pal, sorry! And they're just whispering. These miners are very gossipy.
Hey,
Like
something new happened,
freaking
right?
high school girls. Jeez.
Totally. Can you mention
see-
the miners talking like that?
You see
That'd
what
be
I have to
great.
deal with every single fucking day of my entire life in this godforsaken mine.
Kromdren is well known,
So-
well liked, well respected.
Crom, I have a question for you.
Was it, lad?
Do you have your memories? Because last time I checked, nobody remembered anything. Yet we're somehow in your home, and you know things. For the love
I
of
know-
God, how did I get here? Love of
I
God.
know things because I know the area. I don't remember. I remember what happened to us prior, and then I pull out my battle axe, and then on the handle, on the upper handle of the battle axe, because you have to two-hand it, and you have you see a dwarvic focus tied on the upper handle. This thing right here is a testament that everything that we've been through is fucking real.
I know everything we've been through is real. Ash will reach down by his boot and pull up the dagger that was on Yuanthi. I have mementos of it being real, and mental scars and trauma of it being real. Still want to know how I'm here.
Your guess is as good as mine, lad. But what I can assure you is, well, this is my home. Welcome to Domthuren.
Well,
I would say it's the second biggest mining Dwarven stronghold, I guess. Well, I haven't been to other strongholds, but yeah,
well,
this is home.
I always
And
did want to get out of the city. I guess.
the thing is, friends, whatever happened to us prior, I'm pretty sure we all remember, but we have no idea how we got to places there. I don't even remember. All I remember is just like this big fucking loud bell, right? I'm pretty sure you guys have this.
I have been hearing no such thing.
What about the hourglass? Did somebody get the hourglass?
At the mention of this hourglass, you do feel like your pockets are full, Kromdren.
I pat my pocket.
And there is indeed an object inside.
I pull out the object.
Guess what it is?
It's a bunny. No, it's
Damn!
Is that a rabbit in your pocket, or are you just happy to see us?
You're a magician!
It's the second Trevor.
Kromdren
no.
It's a fucking magician! Someone in the bar shouts.
Someone put rabbits on Trevor?
it's the skeleton's fucking pelvis.
But yeah, you
No, I was
see.
gonna say.
No. It's the hourglass.
Yeah, it is. It's the hourglass.
I don't remember taking this though. But I
Is it going?
I like flip the hourglass over and observe.
Well, it's pouring in the only one direction as usual. It's still kind of full though.
No changes.
What happens to us when we're in a city?
Don't know that. And then I just like put the hourglass on the table. One thing's for sure. That hourglass is not safe with me.
You see Brona's eyes sparkle. That looks like it might fetch a pretty penny.
I don't think selling it is, well, worth it.
That is being an interesting.
Besides, I'm telling you right now, no one gives a shit about an hourglass here.
You see Bouvron is just listening and taking it in. He's like captivated like a child, going, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but this is interesting. He's just drinking.
Question for DM.
Yes.
Are all of our memories still funky, or do we actually remember everything of who we are type thing now that we're...
No, they're still the same for you. However, Kromdren, he's starting to remember things. He remembers the area, the map of the area anyway, the layout, what each part of this stronghold is for. So he knows like Avon Akul is the Miner and Makers Guild. He knows that Kiron Wrath is the temple and town hall area. That's like to the northwest of the map, of the area map. And you got Nishbon Lod and Nishbon Nob, which is Lod is the trading halls and shopping basically. We're a lot of where the traders go when they want to buy stuff from the dwarves. So those areas tend to be more mixed with people. And Nob is the same thing. It's an auction house mainly what it's famed for. So a lot of goods are traded through those two areas. And then you got Akfel Bomb, which is a barracks. Basically, this kind of stronghold needs basically town guard like people, and they kind of like live off in their own like barrack area, all ready to get into action if they need to at a moment's notice. And then you got Munstrenvrot, which is mines, which is the northeast. the quarry, that big area. And then you've got the mountain, which is the southern eastern area. There's like, as you passed along that mountain path you woke up on, there was like a little trail that led off into the mountains. And that mountain's called Jettenshem, known for being populated by giants. Now there's something extra that you trying to remember, Kromdren, like especially since you had that dream as well. Like you dreamt of like basically fire and brimstone falling down onto a big city where you had supposedly worked, but that's clearly not the case because there's nothing destroyed in this town. But you know, I don't know if you want to mention anything that you saw, Tuk Tuk, but otherwise, Kromdren.
No, she.
Okay.
This is new character, so she wouldn't have seen anything.
Oh, you flew. You said you flew up into the sky, though.
She's same species and everything, and just flipped the name around to represent she's like different, like Karstein and Karstein.
Yes, but you said you flew up into the sky to take a look at the ground from above.
Oh right.
And you saw all the craters and stuff.
Yeah, but
Right,
I don't
sorry,
want to like tell you to mention anything, but just reminding you, that's all. And Kromdren, yeah, so you've had this dream. I mean, you can't make any sense of it because currently nothing is destroyed. It's just the way you seem to always remember it being. There is some history, like old history from the city's origins. You quite can't pull out from your memories right now. You think you're forgetting something still.
And Tuk Tuk wouldn't bring anything up unless, you know.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, I'm just reminding just in case.
Thank you.
So far, the only thing I remember is that little dream I had, and then like the first time I met the first few, and then you guys, and then Bruno over there, and the fucking skeleton who can fucking shut up. And
Boothron kind of like maybe he like chokes on his drink a bit. A fucking skeleton.
No skeleton at all. And I kind of just give a
Oh
nothing.
no! I bought you drinks. You're gonna tell me a good story.
There was a talking skeleton.
there was a talking skeleton.
Yeah, joking. Skeletons don't talk.
Oh, skeletons don't move either, and it was moving, but I mean, do skeletons move?
There are
Shut up.
being undead that can walk, and I don't believe I am hearing them speak, but it is foul magic.
I've never seen a skeleton talk. That's
I just
bullshit.
I just like I cross.
Trevor, I will put a dagger in your eye.
Who's this Trevor you keep talking about? I'm right here.
I'm whispering this under my breath. As I whispered under my breath.
I cross my arms and then like frown and then just shake my head as a testament to really what happened.
So Brona kind of just like shakes her head and kind of rubs her like temple area and kind of stands up and going, all right, well you guys are gonna talk about this. I'm gonna like just go have a wander, stretch my legs. And she kind of like steps out.
And before she like leaves, like I stop Rona real quick. No glaring at people, that will get you in trouble. That's all.
I'm as sweet as a flower. And she just storms out. Okay. And there she goes. I'm telling you, it's really hard to switch between accents. I don't know how people do it. Messed up Bruno's accent. Oh well, I'll give up.
I can't even get one, so you're ahead of me.
I mean, you
my
heard me.
brain is scrambled. Anyways,
I sit and then I just turn back to the group. So, I don't want to think about what happened to us prior for now. But what I can assure you is, this is my home. You are my friends. I can at least assure you a place to stay for now. If you want to leave, that's fine with me. But I have business to attend to here, and it's everything's just gone to shite.
I don't know that leaving's the greatest idea. I have no idea where I am.
I'm just
Nor
giving
do
you.
I have any idea of where to go that would be home. I don't even know if I had a home.
I can give you a tour of the city if you like, lad.
I am being in same boat, I guess.
That's accurate description? Yes, Tuck. That. Tour of the city might be nice. Is there a section of the city where you get trade from foreign places, perhaps? Maybe somebody will know me if I walk up?
Best chances you have here is like either Bomb Lord, Bomb Nob, since those are trading areas, and they're like the far western side of the Dwarven stronghold. Most of the traffic and the tourists, if I may say, they're all from there. If you need more information, but like I said, well, if you really need anything, then you can come find me here. I'll tug a few strings, and I can get whatever you need.
So suddenly there's like a crash of like glasses or mugs, and like a table turned over in shock, and there's lots of gasps. And then you hear someone shout, "Hey, that's Mr. Fireforge! Hey, Talgrid, what you doing out of bed?" And then you see like an old man, like in his like night clothes, like stumble in, still clenched fist before him, and he kind of like topples over onto the floor. And there's like
What's going on over
audible
here?
gasps, and some of the waitresses like run over.
Tuk Tuk's gonna head over as well.
I push my drink aside and just like hurry on over. Since I heard the family name.
There's like a giant crowd of people around him now.
Ash is gonna look over at Karstein for like, what should we do?
Please, cleric is here.
I'm gonna part the Red Sea with my dwarven fucking arms.
And like Moses. But yeah, you just push people aside because this is your father on the floor. He's suddenly awake, and you see he looks so frail. Like he looks old now. Like I mean, you can see like from now that his rest of his body is uncovered. He's got bruises on his legs and arms, like he's been in a fight. And you see like this like defeat has like made him feel just old, and he's like giving up a little bit. But seeing him suddenly like scramble through the door and collapse in front of you is quite a big shock.
After I part the Red Sea, the Dwarven Sea.
The Dwarven Sea. The Sea of Beards.
The Dwarven Sea sounds like a big puddle.
No.
I just help my dad up, and then just ask, "Dad, what's going on?" I thought.
It's kind of breathing heavily, and he kind of like as soon as his eyes are kind of glazed over, and then as soon as they focus, he darts to your face, and he grabs your shoulders. "You're back, boy! You're back!"
I can already feel like the saliva like splattering on my face.
He's really close. He's really close to your face. He's not really brushed his teeth a while as well. Oh dear. But
Dwarven stank.
Oh god.
Jeez.
You got to go to the mountain. You got to go to the mountain, boy. I found it. I fucking found it. And he kind of he unfurls his fingers, like his bony fingers, And they're like almost creaking as he does it, and then like this thing falls out to the floor, and it's like a tiny ore, and it's brilliant in color. It's like a silverish blue, and mottled along it is like almost like olive type, you know, like peridot type jewels on the back. But the ore around these gemstones is very, like, you know, this metal. It's the metal that you've been searching for. Like a big good vein of it, like, and it's quite like good pure looking ore as well.
So like he dropped the ore.
Yes, he
on
just.
the floor?
That's what he was clenching in his hand. There's only a small smidgen of it. Like it seems like this is the only thing he could grab, because he'd been in a big fight. It appears. So that's all he's like dropped.
Don't tell me you've got in a fucking fight with the giants. What is this thing?
I fucking found it! I found it! That's all. He's not making any sense anymore. And he kind of like wobbles a bit.
May I reach in and cast Cure Wounds on him?
Yeah, sure. You don't really need to roll for it though. You kind of you see a little twinge of rose going back, flushing into his cheeks. Not so much, but he's still a bit pale. But they're there. And he kind of steadies himself, and he looks over. I thank you. Thank you. He hasn't seen.
You are being welcome.
All right. Well, anyway, I found it. I found it, lad. I found it. Look, it's the good stuff. And he seems a bit erratic. Like, you're used to him being like quite sturdy and firm and very logical thinking, and you know, that kind of thing. But he's like. He's almost like rambling.
I pick up the ore for now. I pick up the ore for now and then like pocket it, and then just like, all right, we'll talk about it. Ash, guy, my friends, come with me. I will need your help.
Ash will follow.
Just as you're about to head out to the door, like, you hear hurried footsteps and panting, and it's Kromdren, and he's like, oh, thank God he's here. Oh, I just turned my back for a second and he was gone.
Less talking, more walking.
Oh, all right. And he kind of grabs his your father's other arm, and you both like kind of help carry him.
And basically we just work our way like actually back home.
Okay.
Wherever that is.
Yep. Is it back within the city walls again? It's not too far from the miners' guild, actually, like the back side of it. And it's got a nice house. The buildings here are made of stone. They're like that are like put together in bricks almost, and the roof is like slate.
All right. So once we've like settled in, I put both of my hands on like my father's shoulders, and then just like shake him a little bit. What did you do? Where did you find this?
You know, I've been so disappointed with the forge, lad. You have no idea. I've been so disappointed. And your fucking brothers. No offense, Tom. He goes, oh, no, none taken, da. They've been fucking useless. You're the only one I can trust, Kromdren. You've fucking gone. You went. I don't know where you went, and I was desperate. I was so desperate, trying to get everything put together and get everything run. And he's just rambling and rambling. Like his palms are in. His face is in his palms right now. He's just shaking his head while he's saying all this.
And then just like keep shaking him. Again. Where did you go? Why did you go to the mountain? Where did you get this?
Our quarry is just, we've been searching for the vein of the fucking meteor! You know the one from the stories. It's always been here. You've seen the craters outside, along the valley.
But they're empty da for the longest time.
Aye! And that's why I went to the fucking mountain. There had to be more. The story's told of a giant meteor that sailed across the sky in like a fire. These piss poor piddly little craters wouldn't hold that kind of size. They would have destroyed us completely. Clearly, they didn't hit us. There must have been more, I thought. And I'm just so disappointed with how the Forge and the Guild is doing. I had to go look. I had to. And he's just like, yeah, maybe his age is catching up to him. He's starting to feel.
Okay, up the mountains. The specifics, specifics. Where, like, did you see giants? Did you fight any giants?
I fucking fought a giant.
How many? Is there like a camp nearby or something like that with the vein?
Are you gonna go? Are you gonna go for me, son?
I would, but I need to think about it. Besides, I'm not alone this time. And then I just like, I like step back and then like show my companions.
He's kind of like, it's almost like the expression on his face. He's like noticed them for the first time. He's like, who the fuck are they? Type of thing on his face. And he's kind of like shaky. He used to be quite like well built and sturdy, but he's like shaky now. And he's just like looking over them one by one. Are you gonna introduce me to your new friends?
Yeah. So the lad over there's Ash. The lass over there is Karstein.
Mm-hmm. Karstein.
And the bird person over there, if I heard correctly, it's Tuk Tuk. So, how we met is a little bit convoluted at the moment.
Where have you been? And he kind of grabs you. You don't just leave the forge like this, boy!
If I knew the answer, then I would have told you a while ago. Alright? I'm still picking up the pieces, da.
Fucking kids. He kind of just sits back in his chair. I need a
Karstein
drink.
Clears her throat. If you don't mind me asking, is Forge Master the appropriate title here? I don't want to misspeak.
In this household, we don't do formalities.
That works.
I just want to point out Ash is looking very, very out of place and awkward with a family thing going on.
Yeah, you got like a family feud going on at the moment.
It's just like,
when you go visit your friend and then like your friend and their mom like suddenly like
Yeah.
No, this is a bit worse than that. Even it's just kind of like he doesn't know how to deal with family, so he's just kind of like.
If you don't mind me asking, said Krom here just up and disappeared. How long ago was that?
I don't fucking know. I've been out myself. And he's been out cold for about a week, and before then he's kind of like just the days have merged all into one for this guy because he's just been trying to do everything himself. Like if he's like, even when brothers did try to help at some point, he's kind of just shoved them aside, like thinking they won't like be up to the task, and getting a bit controlling and possessive almost. And
I turned to Tom.
He's
How
just
long
just been staring like frightened. He's like, it's how scary.
How long have I been out?
Oh, let me think. I would say about a month.
Shite. Yep.
Is that possibly the same for all of us?
Oh, you wouldn't know. You can only hazard a guess.
I was asking that to the group. Like,
Oh, okay.
do y'all think that's the same? Ignoring that.
If you've been gone a month, who knows how long each of us have been gone too. If I may, sir, I can say it's not Crom's. I keep saying Crom. I don't know what the fuck. It's not
okay.
Crom's fault. I can tell you that much. The two of us, and I motioned to myself and Ash, we're not from this land, and truth be told, our memories are a bit hazy as to exactly where we come from. So I don't think it was anything that your son had any say in.
Oh, that doesn't matter in the forge, pet. Ugh. Ah, wait! And he's kind of like suddenly his eyes go really wide. Where is it? Where is it? And he's kind of patting himself down. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
I take out the ore from my pocket.
And he's like, oh, he kind of like sighs and sits back in his chair. It's like a nice leather chair, by the way. So it kind of squeaks as he does this.
Velvet.
Velvet. Yeah, but
Soft velvet with that dwarven stank.
And when you show it, Tom kind of like peers over, and he goes a bit wide-eyed as well. Is that what I think it is?
Adamantium.
I thought that dried up.
Here, maybe.
Oh.
But if what Da said is true, I don't know. Like, I want to go. You know this, Tom, right?
You got to go. You got to go, boy.
I will go, but you have to promise me something, Da.
He kind of crumples his face. It does almost like a tantrum face, like narrowing his eyes at you. He's not used to being bossed around himself. Aye, what is it?
I can't really like give away trade secrets like this, but my personal notes are in my room. Just look for them. Get the brothers together. Let Tom there do his fucking like office work. The notes should be enough for the boys to fucking learn how to actually fucking like make a fucking decent weapon. It should and knowing them, they can pretty much finish like the backlog or whatever. I'll be going up the mountain, see where this ore is gonna lead me to.
Tom kind of like coughs. Kromdren, and he kind of goes, you know, we could always send some assistance as well.
The only assistance I need here is my friends here.
Like, do you remember old Gruro? And you know this name to be like one of the people at the barracks. He's been an old friend of your dad's, and he was kind of worried as well about Talgrin's situation, I would say. And he's like been an old family friend too, and you know him to be quite a tough cookie.
Knowing that my dad was a tough cookie and then suddenly like shriveled like this. You think he's still around then?
You could go talk to him at the barracks. He said he'd come by maybe in the afternoon.
Here.
Aye, at the Miners Guild.
Will you be there at the Miners Guild then?
I will, aye. Wait, and he kind of like counts your number. I do believe there's one missing. And he's referring to Brona. Brona is not there. And he notices.
She's just taking a walk. We'll probably meet at some point.
Yeah. Avon told me there was more of you. Okay, I was just checking.
We'll meet with the old coot. Then.
All right.
And then I turn to the three. I know we're not like at all bonded at some point. We just fought together. Alright. But I would really much appreciate it if you would help me at least see or at least prove that this small piece of rock is part of something bigger. Then everything should be hunky-dory. I can promise you, once I can process this metal, I can promise you personally weapons that can. Well, I've heard stories about adamantine weapons that they can easily cleave a dragon's head in half in just one swing. We wouldn't want that. So
I don't know about fighting dragons. I don't really know about fighting giants. And I don't know what worth I am to you, but we are kind of bound in this, whatever this is. So, yeah, my knife is at your side for this. But I need to get to a port of trade to see if I can just find any clue about who I am before trying to trek up a mountain.
We're not leaving immediately, lad. Of course. If you want to go to the trading areas, that's fine with me. I'll give you all ample time to prepare. As for me,
do we have time though? Because that hourglass was still ticking.
Well, of course we're not gonna have a leisurely fucking walk towards where we're fucking going.
That's some holiday. Okay. So yeah. Tom Jones just quietly listening.
You all are like fucking adults. You know how to manage your time well. So I'll leave you to that. I'll go meet with some friends. Tom.
Aye.
See to it though that my friends here are accompanied through whatever that they may need. I really need to check with the forge right now.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess I'll call on your what's his face? I'm just remembering names now. Kromdren. He's got nothing to do.
Call everyone.
Everyone.
Everyone. Even fucking Kromdren.
Are you sure? Alright, I'll get Kromdren, Kromdren, Fendren.
Tell Kromdren that if he's gonna work his ass off for me, well, I'm revoking his drink token.
Oh, that's a massive big threat there. Alright, I'll tell him that. And he's noticed like Kromdren's kind of perked up a bit because his dad's awake now, you're back, and things are getting in order now. Which he likes stuff in order, making his job a lot easier.
And one last thing.
What is it, boy?
Take a holiday, will ya?
Fucking holiday, fuck off. He stands up and he falls down again. Okay, oh, maybe a little break, eh?
Not a little break, da. a real break.
He's just muttering under his breath.
I'll take it from here.
Okay, well, he sighs, a little bit defeated, but, you know... But you can see that he's also quite relieved. He was very tired, and it is catching up to him. He was a bit messed up. Okay, let me just... So what is everybody planning to do now?
Well, I will accompany them
try.
until like I have to talk to like the old guy, which I forgot to write down the name.
Okay. Well, the way to the trading areas is through that mountain path again. Because of how the mountain is laid out, they've had to like basically tunnel through the mountain to get through to other places. So thankfully, the area that the mountain path is on is like a valley, so it opens up into the sky. So there's no need for torchlight unless it's nighttime. And right now, I would say it's like late afternoon at this point. So you still got a few hours of trade. And the area would still be bustling. Before it winds down into more nightlife stuff.
Tuk Tuk is going to try to find the nearest religious center.
Ah, yes. You would have seen this when you're in the sky. There's like on the northwest side, there was like a large ornate building where you could see a statue outside. So your best bet is that area, you're guessing.
Okay, she is going to head over there and go talk with the clerics and those tending the temple to try to find out, one, who their god is, and if they know anything about her people anywhere in the area.
Okie dokie. Karstein?
She's actually just kind of following Ash, making sure that he's okay.
Okay, Ash, what you doing? Oh, you're going to the... Yeah,
First.
that's right, yeah.
Was it Ash? Ash will find this much appreciated to
Yes,
not be
okay.
left alone in
You
a
got-
foreign
you
city.
got a travel buddy now. Okay, Brona is somewhere. Who knows where she is? Okay, so let's see. Well, we can... What order should I go? Who wants to go first then? I'll just change the map to the city map again for the stream.
I've got to step away for a quick sec, so somebody that's not me.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely do him while he's AFK.
Dang it, man. So, be right back on my own.
Zoom in.
Steve's coming in, BRB.
Okay. Put this here. That's pretty much where everyone is heading. Unhide. Beep.
Alright.
Alright, well, if nobody else is gonna go, then I guess I'll go.
Okay. So you are heading to the area called Kiron Rath, which is basically where the temple is and the town hall. People in that area are mostly, well, people who work there, like the clerics and the temple staff and the town hall staff and that kind of thing. So they're a lot more clean and well dressed than the folks in the place you were just at.
Okay, she's going to fly over.
Okay. Oh yes, you can do that, can't you?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Okay. People are like going, is it a bird? No, it's a plane. No, wait, what's a plane? It's a croaker.
Is that a bird? Is it a planeswalker?
Alright, actually, I'll just move you over to this map so you can see.
Okay.
There you go.
Ooh.
So the big building in the walls, the biggest building is the temple, and then you have and the largest of the buildings over there is also the town hall. They seem like they're quite religious, so the temple is the biggest and most protected. Outside in the square, you will see a big statue of a dwarven male. He's got bare chest, a massive beard, so resting his hand on the hilt of a giant sledgehammer, mining sledgehammer, and the head of this sledgehammer is rested at his feet.
Okay.
You'll notice as well, it's like there's a symbol you can see on the the base of this statue. It's like a mountain shape with like some sort of jewel in the center, but it's actually like rounded almost. And also you'll notice there's a crack on the jewel, and there's water like oddly like trickling out.
Okay, I guess roll religion to see if I remember anything or know anything.
Ooh, 22, nice. Okay, 1 second while I do a thing. So you would know this deity to be Doomathoin. He is basically dwarven deity of mining and underground exploration, and is known as the Keeper of Secrets under the mountain.
Okay.
Usually you remember, because this deity is worshipped quite commonly among mining dwarves and mountain dwarves. That the symbol with the mountain and the jewel in the center is usually more of an actual carved cut crystal, but this one is circular, which is not common.
Okay.
And you've heard nothing about water trickling out of a crack in the crystal. That is completely unknown.
Definitely very interesting. Where does the water go?
It kind of like seeps out in front of the statue and like sinks into the ground.
Okay. I'm going to head to the temple.
Kind of looks like a mini
inspecting-
waterfall, if you can picture that.
A mini what?
A mini waterfall.
Okay. What color's the gem?
It's like a speckled. It's very similar to the gem of the ore that Kromdren and his dad had.
Ooh, okay. So, alright, I'll make note of that, and we'll head over to the temple.
Mhm.
And introduce myself.
Okay, there's people just bustling around. Like one of the people near the front of the temple pauses because they were just walking by carrying some scrolls, and they pause when they see you. They're well read, so they can take a guess. I'm not as alarmed as people in the mining sector. They're quite educated, this person, so they know not to just stare and go, "What the hell is that?" And they go, "Yes, may I help you?" It's like a stout dwarven woman, and she has like mutton chops braided either side of her.
Yes. My name is Being Tuk Tuk, and I'm a cleric of Lathander.
Oh,
I was wondering who I might talk to who knows this area and the surrounding lands better.
Well, let me put these scrolls away and I can help you. So she's like beckons you to follow her, and she just heads off to like this little like shelf and places each scroll very carefully on one of the shelves. It's like next to some books, and there's just like other like ornaments and stuff there. And she counts them, makes sure they're in order, and then like steps back and goes, "Oh, that's better. All right. What do you need?"
I seem to have arrived here by unknown means, and I am trying to find out where exactly Tuk Tuk is being and where her nearest people might be.
Oh, I see. And she's trying to think. She kind of like runs like a finger and thumb along one of her mutton chop braids and thought, maybe I have a map somewhere. She's kind of like looking around. She goes to another shelf over to the back, near the back of the room that you were both in. She's like looking around going, that's funny. I could have swore they were here. I'm sorry, there doesn't seem to be a map. The only one that surrounds is this area. That's really strange. I'm terribly sorry. I don't know what's going on. Just wait here a moment, and I'll go and ask someone. And she scurries off, just leaving you there.
Thanking you.
Yep. You're just there and looking around the room. She had led you to like what looks like a mini study.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like shelves of scrolls and whatnot, books.
I'll take a casual peek around.
Mostly they're just like tales, like books of stories about mainly the deity and his exploits, and nothing like of history. There were maps that she tried to find, but that area seems to be oddly empty. There's like, you notice as well, there's like spider webs and like in the corners of this shelf, and you're thinking that's a bit gross. Don't they clean around here?
Yes, that is quite interesting. Take one of her feathers and kind of sweep up some of the. she'll do a little cleaning herself, a little dusting with one of her feathers.
Yeah, as you do so, a little spider scurries out and just kind of tries to run away.
She'll let it go.
Is there anything you'd like to do?
She's too polite to really go nosing around, so she'll wait for a bit, but if it seems to be taking too long, then she'll write a note in apology and head back to where everybody else was supposed to meet.
You hear from outside the room, like someone being told off. Like, what are you doing? Just letting people go around in the study. Do you know who they are? He says, no, ma'am, sorry. You realise that this is like an acolyte that just led you in. She's seems to be in trouble.
I will poke my head out then and defend the acolyte. Please be excusing the helpful young woman. She was merely aiding a lost stranger.
I'm terribly sorry. This study is private for basically someone that's a bit far up the ranks than this little lass here. How can I help you? And this person who's talking to you is like she looks like an older nun, like a big dark cloak and gown on, not gown, cowl type of thing, and then she's the only skin showing is her head basically, and her hands. And she's got like a full beard, that's kind of braided very, very neatly in the front.
I am being Tuk-Tuk, a cleric of Lathander, and I seem to have arrived here by unknown means with a dwarf by the name of Kromdren and some others.
Oh, Kromdren, is he back, is he?
Yes.
Oh, that's good news. Did you hear about... Oh, never mind.
His father.
Ah, you
Yes?
do know. Oh, yes, that's right.
His father is being awake and
Splendid.
speaking with his son.
That's good news. Well, okay, friend of Kromdren, eh? So you said you don't remember how you got here?
No. We seemed to awake in the middle of a road. And I was wondering if you might be able to tell Tuk-Tuk where exactly she is being, and if you would be knowing the nearest place where my people might be being.
I see. Well, 1 second. Notes.
The
So
the
this...
acolyte.
Oh, well, the acolyte, yes.
She said that there would have been maps in this hole here, but it is empty, and there were some cobwebs in there, but I have taken the liberty. I hope you are not minding.
Cobwebs.
and dust
And
it.
she turns around to the acolyte, like with a stern expression. So not only have you led a stranger into the study, but you haven't been keeping it clean. He's like, I'm sorry. She's kind of shuffling her feet and looking down. Well, you might as well know. Apparently there's been a theft. That's why we're trying to be more careful. And she looks at the acolyte again. About a month ago.
Go ahead.
Yes, about a month ago there's been a theft. Certain documents have been stolen, maps being one of them. Don't know where they've gone, who did it. It's a mystery, couldn't find any evidence.
So you are saying that it was about the time that Kromdren went missing that the documents did as well?
Now that you mention it. It's funny that, isn't it?
It is indeed. What was it? Just maps that were missing, or what else?
It's like maps, not the ones that are directly related to the area. They're still there, but anything of the outside world, beyond our borders, that is.
How have your people done much trade with the outside world in the past?
Yes. There's two big trading areas in this stronghold. You'll see them to the west of this temple. Along the mountain paths, you can find them. Lob and Nob. Usually, we do a lot of trading through those hubs.
Did anything happen about the time that Kromdren and these documents disappeared? Was there any event?
Not that I can think of. Poor Talgin went a bit mad, though. I think the stress has got to him.
Talgan is Kromdren's father, yes?
Yes, that's right.
I see. Well, thank you very much. You have been most helpful, and you have given Tuk Tuk much to think upon.
My pleasure. So I'm gonna just have a word with this little lass here, and I'll bid you farewell.
Farewell to you both, and please do be gentle to her. She was most helpful to a lost stranger.
She kind of just like nods. And basically tells her to go back into the study.
Okay. Tuk Tuk is going to give her thanks and take her leave and head back to wait for the others.
Okay, where exactly will you like to go? Shall I turn to the... I'll just go to the main map right now, so you can see.
Was there an agreed upon space to meet?
All you know is that Ash and Karstein went to one of the trading areas. You're not quite sure which one. I don't think that was decided upon.
You know what? I've got wings. I can fly. I'll go
yeah.
fly overhead and see if I can see him.
Okay.
Hopefully not get shot down or something.
That would be an unfortunate event.
Yeah, gosh.
Second character death!
Writing notes. Okay.
Player with the most character deaths.
Yeah, the award goes too.
Like make a new character every session. Jeez.
Oh, that seems like a fun idea.
Oh god, no, please.
I could do it.
Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna fly around until I hopefully catch a glimpse of them.
Okay, should we scoot over to Ash and Karstein then?
Yeesh.
Okay, so I will say Nishbom Lod is the one that's more northern, literally parallel to Kiranrath, but well, besides the mountain in the way, there's the path that leads straight to it. From Avon Nikul, it would have been the furthest away, however. But Nishbom Lod, Tomdren let you know that it has basically where all the shops are. Trading shops, people buy and sell there. Nishbom Nob is where basically was a big. It's famed for having an auction house. More rare stuff is siphoned through there. It's a bit of a richer area.
Karstein, what do you think? This one or the other one, which has a better shot of having people outside of the town?
Fortunately, you're asking the wrong person, but...
Well,
let's
the
go to
person
the auction
that's with
house!
me.
I love a good auction.
Be on
We
the
need it.
road.
Yeah, I was say, are we on the road? Is there anybody else around?
Well, if you're heading straight to Avunkul, if you're heading straight from Avunkul, which is where the mining guild is, you would be walking along. First of all, you'd be walking along the mountain path you woke up on. Before hitting a T-junction. To the left side of the T-junction would be Nishbom Nob, which is where the auction house is. If you carry along, you would eventually hit another T-junction, which leads outwards until you could... it would lead to the left. Path would take you outside the mountain path, and you could then see where Nishbom Lod is, which is where the regular shops are. And heading right would be to Kiranrath, where the temple is.
Regular shop seems like the better idea to me.
Yeah, it would take you about, let's see, it's quite a big path, a long path, so it'd take you about 30 minutes to walk there. So you feel free to have a chat on the way, or we can just fast track you if you wish.
Yes. Is it just me and Karstein walking?
Yeah.
Okay. Karstein.
Your friend.
Well, of course. Trevor's always present. I know.
Yeah.
Since we're alone, I'm going to kind of like half uncloak my shoulders so that Trevor can actually see what's going on.
Karstein, I'm curious. I'm willing to help Krom with this because he's in this with us, whatever this is. It seems a little odd to just wake up in his town. Maybe I'm paranoid, but
you can see like she's trying to think. Like you can see gears trying to work in her head, and she just kind of shakes, a little bit. I wouldn't say it'd be common to wake up in random places, but that seems to be the theme. But I'm curious, what do you expect to find at the market?
One, I'd like a coat. Because if we end back up in a cave, kind of cold, I'd like a coat. That aside, I'm hoping if the city's open for trade, humans, maybe somebody knows. Nobody's gonna know me. I'm nobody. But know something. Maybe somebody will ring a bell. Memories.
Have I do I see that trinket around his wrist at all? Is that like easily seen, or does it make a noise when Ash walks?
Well, it's a bell, so you would have heard something. But he has lots of trinkets on. So
it just adds
it's
to
true.
the
I have a bunch of bracelets and rings and necklaces on.
You would
that
have to.
I acquired at some point.
Yeah. I mean, you could roll.
But no, yeah, the bell would be a little visible. Nothing I have on would be like protruding from my wrist like it is.
Okay.
Because most of the stuff on my wrist is just different fancy bracelets I, acquired from people who really didn't need them.
Okay, I'll ask you a question then. Are you just glancing over, or are you trying to look for something?
You cut out. I'm sorry.
Are you glancing over him, or are you just trying to specifically look for anything odd or whatever?
Truth be told, now that we're not in immediate danger and there isn't stuff trying to kill us, Karstein's probably been spending the time looking him over, seeing if there's anything off. Or there's obviously something off because the kid just exploded into fire last time. But she's not one to judge.
So I would say investigation then, if you're trying to properly have a look.
She's not one to judge.
She's got a talking skeleton on her hip. She's not judging anyone.
Well, 13, he's got a lot of trinkets around this, it's just... You can ask him about it, I guess, but... About his attire. But
well, Karstein was right behind me when I opened the chest, so she knows I got something out of it.
That is true, I was there.
Yeah, okay, well feel free to ask about that.
She doesn't really grab his wrist, but kind of makes a finger swipe of the bell. So deciding to keep it.
I don't know. I got a weird feeling when I woke up this time. So this is the only thing different when I woke up from last time.
You planning on selling it, or?
No, I don't know what I'm planning. I think it has something to do with this puzzle, or whatever you want to call what we're in. And I'm kind of jingling my wrist so it rings a little bit.
It's got a nice...
Does it sound familiar?
No, but it's a nice, pleasant little jingle. It's a very small bell.
It's got to be important, right? It was in a treasure chest in that cave.
Yeah, I would say that most things inside a chest would be important. Though, I almost fear that this is just another memory moment. I'm not quite sure. Krom had the hourglass. Who's to say that we won't end up back in the cave after a certain point, or somewhere else?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And anything that I can have that holds on to some kind of thought, memory might be helpful.
She kind of fishes into a side pocket really quickly, pulls out a blue coin. It's kind of like the size of like a $50. It clearly has no monetary value. It looks like it's just been like hand minted.
Mm-hmm.
And on the face, like the backside's blank, but on the one face, it's like a two-faced person. She kind of rolls it over in her fingers, like really quickly. It's almost inhuman how quickly she does it. Like she's done it like for the rest, for her whole life. She kind of holds it out. You can add this to your collection then.
Ash will take it, look it over, and look at his bracelets and necklaces and see if there's anything he can affix it to. And failing that, he'll just shove it in the backside of the glove on his left hand. I will hold on to the memory. Kind of gives a smile. First, like, honest smile you've seen him give since waking up the first time.
Aww. Karstein feels a little good about this.
Yay. Do
My
I get
lack
anything?
of memories.
You get
Trevor.
to come along for the amazing ride, whatever this is, Trevor. How are you doing anyway down there? I do apologize.
It's a bit
You have
stuffy,
nothing
to
to
be
hold on
honest.
to anything. That's fair. It's fair.
I kind of want to see Trevor with some taffy in his mouth.
Nun, nun, nun,
Yum,
nun.
yum.
Or peanut butter.
Oh no.
Opening a random notebook and adding it to the list of things to do. And to be honest with you, Karstein, my lack of memories isn't the only issue I'm having here. And I'm gonna hold my hand out and kind of just let fire dance in my hand for a minute and close it. I don't know what that is or how I'm doing it.
Well, I can say that did startle me when you did do that out of nowhere last time.
I don't remember that too well. That was mostly I was panicking. I didn't want her to die. And she did.
You can
And
see
she was right
Karstein
there.
kind of not harden up, but like there's like a tensing in her neck. It's not really hard. It's visible, but it's and she kind of nods. Yeah. I can't say that we didn't try.
Yeah, there's a lot about everything going on. I don't really care. So yeah, I'm hoping to find something of good value in this shops. Something to help remember, maybe? I'd love an answer for the fire, but I'm willing to try and ignore that. Assuming I'm not going to explode at any moment, that would be lovely to explode.
You kind of see her like there's like a little pouch about mid-thigh. She kind of puts her hand on it. If you get that exploding feeling, do let me know. I do have some volatile items on my person.
Right. You have the thing that goes boom. I will give you a warning. Though I don't know what it would feel like, so I'll let you know if it starts to feel strange at any point.
Yes, do keep me informed.
That is, I guess that's the most of the conversation that I wanted to have, so.
Okay. So, which one are you going to head to? Auction house area or regular shops?
Regular shops, I think.
Okay, so you are heading to Nishbomrod, which is the most northern area. Which is near the, opposite to Kiron Rath, which is where the temple is. So let me just move you over to maps for the stream to can see.
So there's a chance Tuk Tuk would have found us as we are arriving in this area?
Yeah, I mean, the path is quite clear from the sky, since that's where she went. So she'd be able to see a
Right.
couple of people walking in that direction. So let's see. Shops. So yeah, it's what you expect really. It's very hustly bustly, even from this time in the afternoon. Either the sky is starting to basically turn like a nice orange as it becomes late afternoon, approaching what would be similar to like 4 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, and like it's still quite busy. There's shops. There's like people bartering in the street, and there's like market type stalls and people calling out. And there's not just dwarves here, as you had suspected. There is a mixture of people around, and it's quite noisy here as well, as people are just like going about their businesses. Actually, do I have some music for this?
Okay.
Hang on. So, what's your plan?
So there's people around and about?
Switch some market ambience.
So I'm going to look for a place where people might be coming in from, maybe besides where we just did.
You would have arrived at the south of this area, outside the walls, and then you would head towards like a path leading into the shopping area. There is like just regular shops at the moment, like mainly like goods, like food-based goods. And as you head into the center, there's more like armories and weaponry places and item shops. In the center, there's like a little well, and that's probably the best place to have a good look around, see which place to head to is the best.
Okay, yes, I'll head to that center point and just kind of look around and see what I see. Do I see, first off, do I see anything other than dwarves? And second off, if I do, or even if I don't, I guess, I see anything that happens to ring a bell? Pun not intended.
You see people from all walks of life. There are humans, there are gnomes, there are halflings, there are other dwarves as well, and you know, that kind of thing. And they're just like bartering and selling and trading and all that kind of thing. They're all noisy. I don't know, there's like, it's just such a big mix that you can't really pick out anything. There's nothing that peaks in your memory, really.
That's what I was afraid of. Karstein, anything ring a bell for you around here?
Guess it's more of a question to the DM.
Nope.
Just kind of gives a shake. Fortunately not.
I was hoping. Kind of wonder. It makes me sound a lot more melancholy than I tend to be. If once all this is over, assuming we survive, when we wake back up wherever our homes or where we're from, will we remember this adventure at all?
Could be for the better or worse. But we won't know until we get there, right? So let's burn that bridge once we get there.
Yeah. I guess so. Alright. Care to help me buy a coat?
I would love to help you buy a coat. You can actually see, like, she's generally interested in helping you buy a coat.
Someone buy me an eye patch. I want to look cool.
Trevor!
What?
I will buy you an eye patch. But
Yeah, I'm behind buying him an eye patch.
You just gotta keep it down just a little, okay?
Alright, I'll keep stum.
Coat and an eye patch. Gotcha. Okay.
So, I guess we're gonna look like Ash is wearing like a jacket as is. It's kind of leathery, but it's got like that dark midnight blue. So he's kind of looking for like a coat, cloak, more precisely, I guess.
Okay.
To kind of matches that shade, so that kind of goes over everything. So someplace that might sell cloaks like that, I guess.
Yep. Come on, tab, stop. Okay, so from the center, you kind of like scan the area, and you see like this like greyish building, actually quite right in front of the well. It says items and stuff. What an imaginative name.
As you know.
Yeah. So you're hoping stuff means stuff that you want.
Here's hoping.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'll go in and take a look and see if I can find what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
We'll go in and take a look and see if we can find what I'm looking for, or what we're looking for, because we're looking for an eye patch too.
Okay. Okay, you head inside. As you open the door, there's a bell that jingles. And, hang on.
I'll admit, this whole ordeal has given me a little bit of a paranoia with bells.
Why? Bells are charming. Okay,
I just want to point out that Ash said that in character as he walked in.
So behind the counter, sort of like a little gnome guy kind of looks up, and he's got like one eye that's kind of squinted, and has like a monocle in it. He's got like a little goatee that kind of like whittles down into like a little fluff. And he's got big ears each side, quite short usually, but he could see that he's probably standing on some sort of stool behind his counter. He's got like wild hair that flies out in a nice, it's like kind of like mousy brown. And he's like middle-aged, at your guess anyway. Alright, how can I do you?
I'm looking for a coat. About this color. He kind of like snaps his jacket.
Mm-hmm.
My size.
Function or fancy?
I have a tendency for style, but I guess I'd like it to keep me somewhat warm.
Whoa, May, where you heading? It's summer here.
For emergencies.
Emergency, alright, alright. And he taps his nose. Say no more. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, I've got some clothing in stock. Let's see. And he hops off his stool, and as soon as he does, you can't see him behind the counter. He kind of like, you can see his head bobbing as he walks away. And he goes to the back and pulls
Ash
out
will chuckle a little bit.
pulls out a big rack from the back, and on this rack is like lots of clothing, like shirts at the front, and then you got some jackets and longer coats, and then some trousers, all hung up on some hangers. Alright, take your pick.
I'll thumb through them. Do any of them kind of fit what I'm looking for?
Yeah, they're all different shapes and sizes. You're guessing because of all the different types of people here. He's got stock to accommodate everyone.
Okay.
What exactly are you looking for? What colour do you like?
You cut out for me on my end. What'd you say?
What colour do you like?
This color I'm wearing, it's a blue. It's not like dark blue, but it's not bright blue.
Mm-hmm.
In my head, I want to call it midnight blue, but I don't know that that's the right name.
He looks you up and down. Warm, you say? Oh, okay. Let me have a look.
It doesn't have to be super warm. I am wearing a jacket as well, so
yeah, I was gonna say it's a bit hard pressed because warm stuff isn't in at the moment, you know. Okay.
Layers
Yeah.
make warmth,
Oh,
right?
yeah, yeah.
I look over at Karstein, like raise my shoulders, like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can have a nice little, you know, scarf as well.
As she's standing there with a heavy leather cloak and decently thick, you know, full-bodied leather armor. Yeah, layers.
Okay, let's have a look. So he like kind of uses his hands to like run through this rack is a lot taller than he is. Oh yeah, okay. How about this one? And he kind of like pulls the sleeve out so you can see the color. And
What's that?
He like finds one and he pulls the sleeve out of it so you can see the color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a thick, it's like a leather, with like some like felt trim on the end of the sleeves and down the sides.
Oh, it's got sleeves?
Yeah.
That's not quite what I'm looking for.
Not sleeves? Alright.
Yeah, I already got the jacket with the sleeves. I just want more of a, I guess more of a cloak. I guess I'm misspeaking.
Cloak, alright. Cloaks are over here. And he kind of like steps to the side and shuffles some more. And he kind of uses both hands to push the other clothes like away so you can have a clearer view. Have a rifle through that. There are like different colours, not quite the shade you like, but there is like a dark slate grey cloak.
No kinds of blue?
There is a blue, but it's more like a peacock blue.
More of a peacock blue?
Yeah, I would say if you really want to have a look, roll perception.
Okay, you realize you're rolling for me. I'm just giving you the number.
Oh yes, I remember that. Okay, I'll just roll a d20.
Skill perception.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll a d20 and add 1.
Add 1. Okay, I'll do that. d20 plus 1. You got a 20.
Nice!
Nice! Well, in that case, you kind of ignore the gnome. And kind of like look over him, and then you see like near the back, there is actually something that looks similar to what you're after. And it's like the shade that you want. Also, it has a nice hood. And like a little clasp.
Yeah. Sweet. Then I'll go for that.
Oh, whoops! How did I miss that? Haha. I must be tired.
It happens to the best. So, how much for this, sir?
I see. It's quite good material, I would say. Let's see. It's just basically a traveler's clothes, right? So 2 gold.
2 gold?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think I have that on me.
Excellent.
I'm gonna like search myself, double check that I have 2 gold on me, and find a little money pouch with some gold. Okay, cool. I do have.
Oh,
And
yes, I love it when Gunrick has a nice deal. He kind of like jumps a bit and goes back to his counter, jumps onto his stool.
so I will. I'll pay him the 2 gold and take my cloak and go ahead and just throw it on.
Yes, oh, thank you. Deal and done. Anything else?
Oh, we were also looking for an eye patch.
An eye patch?
Yeah, had a friend with an unfortunate accident, and he requires one now.
Okay, what size, Ed? You remember...
I'm just gonna I'm gonna hold my hands out at about the size of Trevor's skull, like
yeah, he's
about
about human size, so...
You see Karstein patting her hip, like feeling his head. Yeah, about that size.
Oh, not here. Anyway, so yeah, he's about human size. And this is his noggin.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll kind of like motion out that size.
Alright, let's have a look. I think over in these drawers, and he hops off again on his stool, and like his head's bobbing as he walks to the front. And he like you see like a table, like a a set of drawers basically with like mirrors, and on top of the mirrors like necklaces and stuff hanging off, and like rings on the desktop. And he opens like a drawer, and there's like a nice collection of like spectacles and monocles, and there's also eye patches there. There's like various colors, like there's leather mainly, and they're not very. It's just like plain. There's one that looks like black velvet. It's very fancy.
What do any of them look fancy or anything?
Yeah, there's one that is fancy. It's like black velvet. It's got a little like it looks like a jewel in the center.
How much for that one?
This one? Oh, this one here. Let's have a look. Think. That'll do you for about 5 gold. It's quite fancy, you know. It's got the jewel in the center.
No.
Let me look, but do keep that one around.
Okay. What specifically are you looking for?
Well, he's a bit of a verbose gentleman. Likes to be center of a crowd. You can see like she's trying not to laugh, actually. So while the velvet is good, looking for something with maybe a little bit more flair.
All right. Well, please roll.
Yeah, maybe something that's a little gilded.
Roll perception, please. Oh, sorry.
Shite.
The fanciest one you've seen is the one that he pointed out.
I'm too busy trying not to giggle. You know what? He's a man of fine taste. We'll take it. And I pay out the 5 gold.
Splendid.
Oh,
This
it's
is
like
quite- and it's
Ash
my
will go a little
favourite.
wide-eyed,
It's my
like, oh,
favourite. I bet might add. You know, it's quite. This is the best eye patch I've come across. Trying to oversell it. Okay. Do you want this wrapped up in a little gift package?
Go straight to him. I'm just gonna surprise him with it.
Oh, lovely. All right then. Okay, let me just finalise his transaction. And he wiggles his fingers and excitedly hops back around his around the counter, hops back on his stool. All right then. So I guess you do the exchange of hands, and you know he writes you a little receipt on like a little paper. Because he doesn't like to do things by half, so no. And then he's like, you know, like takes the money and he hands over the goods. He goes, all right then. Pleasant visit. Thank you very much for doing some money spendings with me. And yeah, please come again.
Yes, thank you for your help.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. A very, very slight no.
The second we get out of the store, can I find an alley where there's no one?
Yeah, there's plenty of alleys like the side of buildings.
It's gonna tug Ash that way.
Following.
Unhook Trevor. The
Hello?
eye patch and the other.
Oh,
Is this good
finally,
enough?
some fresh air.
I wiggle the eye patch at him.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, thank you.
Is it an okay color? I don't wanna
I love it.
clash. Okay, I just kind of like work it around his head, make sure it's nice and tight.
I like the
All
fancy
good?
jewel.
Good.
It suits you, Trevor.
Oh, I feel so fabulous.
Good. Unfortunately, we have to get going. And you gotta get back on the cloak. So, we good for now?
We're good. I'm so happy. I'm gonna cry.
I hook him
Trevor,
back onto my hip
Trevor,
and pull the cloak
not now.
over.
So as we start making our way back, I guess, I'm just gonna kind of like fan my arms out with the cloak and kind of be like, so how do I look?
I'm giggling out of character because I'm just like, how would this Karstad respond? Because I know how other Karstad would respond. She kind of looks Ash over. It's a good color for you.
I'm glad. I wear a lot of it. I wanted
almost-
to make that comment.
You almost hear a sarcastic, no, really? But you're not quite sure where it comes from.
And off in the voids of space.
Okay, I would say Tuk Tuk has probably spotted you from above. If you
Look
want
for
to...
the big blue dot.
Yeah. Hello? Uh-oh. Is people falling asleep? Oh no.
Yes.
Hello. Okay, Tuk Tuk. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move to probably Kromdren because he's been sitting around, so... Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. Alright, so, while that's happening, I'll move to Kromdren. So you are heading to the barracks, right?
Is it okay if I check the forge real quick before I head to the barracks?
Oh, sure. I will put you over there. I'll move the map there too. Let's see. Alright. And let's see. There you go. Alright, so yeah, you're back in Avoncool. Let's see. Oh. Ah, see, no problem. Okay, yeah, the forge is quite near to the miners' guild. Probably across the way. It has its own little square inside, like almost like a circle of buildings. About here. Deep.
Yep, I see it.
Yep. Yep, that's where the forge is. What are you gonna do in the forge?
Is the forge like active at the moment?
It's cold, unfortunately.
I'm just like gonna step in and then just like stare at the like cold like stone furnace. And at least
it's quite sad. I mean, you all you remember is it's always being lit, and you know all the heat from it's not there anymore. You hear like clinking and clanks and like from and the huffs from the fans and stuff from elsewhere, because there's other minor forges around as well. But this one, sadly, is just cold, and this just isn't right. It feels wrong, just because of the nostalgia's sake. As soon as you shuffle in, you hear a familiar voice, and it's Kromdren, one of the middle brothers. He's quite good. He's got good, strong build. Like his forearms are quite big from basically doing work. Not as big as Kromdren, of course. His beard is like kind of like braided over his shoulder and into his into the back of his hair. And he's got nice kind of like brownish color.
Alright, so since I hear him like approaching, I'll say, the forge will be back soon enough. Give me just some time to get the forge going.
There was word that you were with other people. Have you been with them all this time? He kind of like he's got some snark in his voice. He's always been a bit jealous of you. Like kind of a jealousy that he wouldn't put as much work in as you would ever do, but he's still jealous of what you've achieved. He's the least liked.
Kromdren, Well, they've been fighting with me the last month, and well, I trust them.
Fighting? What are you talking about?
And then I just I walk on forward to where like the counter is, which I'm gonna assume like we're like behind. I'm like the back shop at the moment. And then I just put my battle axe down, and it's obviously worn from like battle. So, well, yeah, I've been fighting. Other thing is, I don't even remember leaving this place. All I remember is just finishing up orders, quenching the blade in the water. It's suddenly gone. That's it. And these guys is all the people that I had with me. Without these guys, I could probably be dead by now.
Geldrin kind of like snorts and just doesn't seem very impressed by your story. He's not like, he's kind of like disliked for a reason. And goes, well, you know, your dad's been struggling without you in your fancy adventures.
You do realize that Dad wouldn't be struggling if you all actually helped out in the forge, and not just little old me.
He's got no answer for this and just kind of walks out the room.
You owe me, children, and I suggest you pay up now. And then I just like I basically just do the whole like quick process of like igniting the forge at its like lowest temperature for now, just to get it ready for like when the brothers like actually come in.
Okay.
And yeah, and while I'm like starting up the forge again, you know, I take my hammer, hammer out like the dings off my axe, sharpen it a little bit, make it like battle ready again. And after that, basically, I'm just gonna stare at the fire for a little while and just like the littlest of spark holds a lot of potential. Sadly, my brothers don't understand. And then I just like take out the adamantium, the small adamantium ore. Like how big is like that particular chunk? Is it like a?
Well, it was held in a dwarven man's fist, right? And it was nearly covered, so it's very small. And there's also, like I said, there's like peridots like encrusted in it as well.
So there are like other gemstones with it as well.
Yeah, they got the metal and also peridots within. It's like a dotted, like speckled pattern. So it'll take some. I mean, this is why it's so rare, right? It takes some work to get the actual metal ore separated from the gemstones.
Even with the gem set, this shouldn't be even enough for a dagger.
Sadly not.
Alright, I just throw like a final shovel of coals into the forge, and then just like go outside and just like I trust that my brothers will just like just, you know, return to the forge and then like do their thing. And I'm off to the barracks. I go.
Okay. I shall fast track you there then. Let's see. Where is it? Barracks. Yeah. Now, I will say, if I zoom out, you are still walking along the road from the bottom there. And as you approach the barracks, you hear a commotion. A really angry, dwarven, elderly man shouting, and then this familiar voice just swearing at him. And then you see approaching, like, from the barracks, you see the man that you were told about, Grudo, and Brona seems to be arrested. That's where she went. Whoops.
I just like jogged myself towards there.
Aren't hand me, you fucking twat.
and while I'm, as soon as I approach, I'm like, oi, 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 what's going on here?
Kromdren. Oh, it's good to see you, lad.
What's going on?
Oh, don't worry, I've got this handled.
What is going on?
This little Mrs. Stealing, caught red-handed. And he kind of shuffles her from the collar, back of the collar.
What did she get?
Gold, mostly, been pickpocketing.
How much? How many?
Enough. He glares.
How many?
Verna kind of just rolls her eyes. 50 gold.
The Fireforge will be returning that fund. Release her to me.
Oh, you know it, lad.
I just nod.
Well, I trust you, laddie. Fine. And he sort of unlocks her shackles, and she kind of pushes her roughly towards you, and she kind of just like tuts and folds her arms. Keep a good eye on that one. She's a little rat.
That's basically what you told me when I was stealing ore from your forge.
Those were the days, eh?
Good day to you.
Now Gruro actually it seems like he just remembered something and says, Kromdren sent me a message. Said you're heading up to the mountain.
Yeah, going up to Jotunheim.
Jotunheim. Yep.
Jotunheim.
Yep.
Got some business up there with the giants.
The giant. Oh. Wait. Is this to do with your dad? Is he awake? Is he well? What happened? I've just been busy with this little shite here.
He's fine. He's just. I asked him to take a holiday for now. My brothers, wherever they may be, I trust that they will be manning the forge for now, so that we can get on the backlogs and stuff, get the economy back going and shit. And yeah. Hopefully we don't have to fight the fucking giants for one simple thing.
You know, I'll go with you. I promised Kromdren I would. And I ain't going back on my word. So you got my club.
Appreciate it.
Just one moment, and I'll go tell the lads. And he just goes back just to his station, just lets his people know. It's not a long wait really. He's kind of like trotting. He's for his age. He's like he's on like the latter part of his years. Not too old. He's quite sturdy actually. He's got really big, broad shoulders. And on the back, he's got like this big clubbish like warhammer. It kind of like it almost looks like it's made from one material instead of like parts like you would expect. And yeah, eventually he trots back to you. All right, when are we going?
I have other compatriots around. They're probably.
Are they as well behaved as this one?
Yes, she's with me. Like I said.
I'm right here.
Yes, I know. We'll have a talk later, Bruno. Anyways, we're not exactly in a leisurely trip here, so as much as well, the sooner we can leave, the better.
Aye, I agree. I didn't know I'd be waking up this morning to crack some giant fucking heads. I'm looking forward to this. And he claps his hands again.
Like I said, as much as I want to, I'd rather not fight the giants right now. I'm just only there for one thing and one thing only.
Okay. Are you alright, Kromdren?
I wish I was. Anyways, let's get going then. Got your stuff with you?
Right, alright. I think I've got everything. He pats himself down. Checks his money purse, eyeing Brona, who like kind of like rolls her eyes.
And then I just like of course I'm a fucking smallest fucking unit of measurement in this game.
Yep.
I tug Brona, and then I just like motion her, so that I can whisper into her ear.
Oi, don't worry, I'll behave.
This will be the last time I'm bailing you out. Alright? 50 gold is nothing.
I don't think I'll forget that. Don't worry. Okay, so there you go. And so where are you heading?
To back towards the markets.
Okay. So let's see. You'll be heading through Abulikul, probably back to that mountain path. All right. I'll switch to the main map then.
We're basically gonna converge now, and then
Yeah.
we're all good to go.
That's right. All right. Let's move everybody here. Okay. Let's head up. Excuse me while I sort this out. Okay, so let's see. So Tuk Tuk, you would have seen Karstein, sorry, and Ash around the markets, and they're currently like just stopped in an alley, just doing a thing. I don't know. And then I assume you're just circling around in the sky. What are you up to? Hello. Uh-oh.
We may have lost a player.
Oh no. She said she was back in chat. Maybe she got another phone call. Oh, in that case, do you want to take a break then? This is probably a good time to take a break.
Yeah.
Yep. So get some refreshments to go do your things, and I said it's about 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna
Next
try
time.
and speed things along now because we got about 45 minutes left. If that's alright. Yeah. Okay.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. So we're back. Let me switch this beep burp screen off. Beep. Cool. Alright, so I will just say that eventually you'll met up along the mountain path again. Probably feeling like it's probably best to just meet up where you'd all woken up, because it's the most familiar place.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, Ash and Karstein and Tuk Tuk, who eventually found them from the air. And then you all head back towards Avun Ikul, where you'd woken up along that path anyway. And then you had Brona and Kromdren and Gruro, who is the head of the barracks, basically. They all meet up in Avun Ikul as well, and basically that's where Yaten's the path to that place, which the path is called Bregesfregen. That's where you're all going to head to anyway. So eventually you do come across each other once again.
Right.
Yep.
You all good then?
Those that can see the map, you're about here, and that's where the mountain trail leads.
Good to go. How about you lot?
About as good as I'm gonna get, I suppose.
We're set.
Nice robe, lad.
Thank you.
It really fits with the overall look.
Karstein,
Thank you.
you immediately feel like a shuffling inside your cloak. Show them! Show them!
Okay, hang on. I flip open my cloak and I grab Trevor and I hold him up.
On my life, what is that? Prona just like buries her head in her hand.
That is Trevor's brand new, fancy velvet eye patch.
I think it really suits him.
Did you just say velvet?
I feel so fancy. Gru is just like, what? He's never seen anything like this.
I will never hear the end of this.
You won't hear him because this is the compromise. He got the eye patch. We get his silence for a bit.
For a bit.
Immediately broke his promise. Okay, so yeah, Guru just like, you really take weird company these days, lad. Anyway, I'm not one to judge. So let's go. And he leads you all up the mountain.
What's with
mountain trail?
nobody around here being one to judge? Is it just a human thing?
It's a
'Cause,
dwarven
like-
thing, lad. It's just like we don't give two shits about what you have and shit. We just try to respect it.
Fair. All right.
All right. Let's see here.
Okay.
Bruro was his name.
Gurudo.
Gururo.
Yeah.
Let me just rewrite that. Okay. I'll fill in like Gruro about like the whole like premise so far.
Okay.
While we trek up the mountains.
That's fine. Lots of dwarves, they like a good story, something to basically pass along during drinking hours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, he just listens and thinks about what you've been saying. Still makes no sense to this guy because, you know, forgetting your memories and appearing in weird places, you know, that's the kind of thing that's bedtime tales kind of like stuff you write. So he just
Trust us,
takes it with a
friend.
pinch of
We
salt.
don't make it sense of it either.
Okay, eventually, away at the mountain, it takes you like a couple of hours because it's quite a big mountain.
I'm fine with this.
Yeah, you're used to it, yeah. Dwarves are short and stocky, but they're good at long distance. Sprinting.
Ash might be a little winded.
Unlike what Gimli
Just
says in
a
Lord of the
little
Rings. Dwarves are
It's
probably...
like it's like I'm just walking down my backyard.
Yeah. Okay, let's move you over to the entrance. Excuse me. Beep. Oh, I keep forgetting to move the player flag over. Wait. Okay. Ah, yes, I'll put your tokens on now. Yeah, put your player tokens. I'll put Guru over here. Oops, wrong one. Boink. There he is. There's Brona. Where is she? Boink.
Oh, no grid this time.
No,
Nice.
no, this isn't not needing any grid. Is everyone else here? Ash, I'll put you over.
I was about to say, I mean, I
yeah.
can try.
Oh, sorry, I keep forgetting.
Why am I huge?
Big burb!
Why are you huge? Let me shrink this. Oh, you got
Is
two.
the rock back?
There you go. I put yours on. You can see, can't you? There you
Yep.
go.
Big burb.
Big burb.
Like every time I put myself there, I'm Big Burb.
Okay, actually, let me, while I'm here. Okay. Okay, cool. Boink. Alright, so yeah, as you approach up the trail, near the peak of the trail, the highest point, it kind of plateaus out, with the mountains either side rising up again, and this plateaued area, you see in front of you like a giant crater with like a big, like almost big gigantic scar across the earth that leads into the crater. You can't really see too well, but in the distance you see like ruins. It looks like you would know Kromdren now that you've seen it. It kind of clicks in your head that this used to be like an old dwarven like fort that's kind of been abandoned because giants kind of making a mess of things. Yeah. They attempted to try and retaliate in the distant past, but it kind of failed. Now it's a big mess. So within the crater, you approach. There's like a pool of water, just like in the little craters near your home. And there's also like an entranceway that you don't recall being there before, but there it is.
Oh, one thing to tell you, Tuk Tuk, was about the time Kromdren disappeared about a month ago. Apparently, there were a bunch of documents and maps about the areas outside this region were stolen and disappearing as well from the cleric's temple.
Documents missing?
Yes, they said that they were stolen, but not sure of by whom.
Is this like a great deal? Is this like a great amount of documents then?
Not certain as Tuk Tuk, but it was a lot having to do with, from what she is understanding, lands outside of this land here. Outside of this
Mountain.
city, country.
Where? Deeper down the rabbit hole we go then. It's a good thing. It's a good thing that you checked that out. But then again, we can't really use that information right now.
It is something to be keeping in mind perhaps in the future.
Yes, I agree. And then I just slowly make my way towards like the edge of the crater. If that is fine.
Yeah, it's quite a long way down, but there is like you can see that there's like a dug-in path.
I'm going to fly then.
Yeah, it's easy for you. You just fly down. Everyone else, you have to be very careful. If you want to go faster than walking speed, you would have to roll. I'll probably say dex saving throw. Because it's, even though there is a path, it's kind of loose earth. You might slip.
That's only if we go fast, though, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Going slow. Slow and steady wins the race.
Tuk Tuk will lend assistance should anyone need it.
I think we're okay.
I think we're all going slow, so it's not
Hmm.
not a huge issue.
Okay. You all go steadily down the dug-in trail. No loose earth or rocks tumble because you're going very carefully, and eventually you make the way to the bottom of this crater, to the mouth of this entrance. Inside is kind of dark. But the sort of like angle of the entrance, you can see that they'll probably allow some light in from outside. Although it's now approaching evening.
How big is this cave entrance exactly?
It's very big. Bigger than a man. Bigger than two
Giant.
men.
Giant size.
Probably is.
Noted.
I shall cast light on my weapon to light the way.
Ash will hesitate greatly before actually entering this cave.
Okay, 1 moment. Just remember some in. Cool. Aha! Now, actually, Ash, as you enter the cavern entrance, you notice that your vision is actually adjusting quite well to the dark.
What?
Yeah.
So, guys, question.
Mm-hmm.
I've not looked in a mirror. I'm human, right? Like, that hasn't changed? I feel like I'm supposed to be human. Can I reach up and, like, feel my ears?
You are human-shaped.
Why can I see in the dark?
You can?
Currently, yes.
I don't know how to answer that, lad. Sorry.
Well, there was the spell that the half-orc cast, but there's no way it's lasted this long.
Could it have stuck to me somehow?
I don't think spells
Or-
work that way, lad.
It could be part of your whole new collection of talents.
Okay. I guess. Okay.
DM, I see this like big rock in front of us.
Oh, that's
right
a
now,
pool
right?
of water.
Oh, that's a pool of water.
Yes.
Shit. I was like, oh, it's gonna be that easy. Okay, cool.
No way. Nice try.
Found it. Plant
Found
flag.
it.
Go home.
End of game.
Get the masonry
Win.
tools ready. All right. And this is like the entrance, like Ash was referring to, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna peer into it.
Yeah.
For now.
Well, your vision adjusts as well because you're a dwarf, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just see it's very purposely carved walls and tunnels. A big corridor opens up in front of you. Is everyone looking inside now? I could just move you in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Might as well.
Yep. Ba-ba-ba-ba. This is what you see. So yeah, as I said, just for Ash's sake, it's just carved walls. The stone is like a dark bluish granite, and the floor has been like flattened out nicely, quite skillfully established, this cave. And there's quite numerous footprints, quite large footprints. Not many, it's almost like a couple of people. I say people, but you know.
So I'm getting the
There's also
strange
little
feeling.
scuttly like footprints as well that have been like that's the most populated footprints. Just like little scuttly things.
I'm getting the strange feeling that we aren't people in this cave.
Most likely not, so I would suggest that we keep quiet. And the last two words are just directed straight at my hip.
Oops. I'll just move over as well. Forgot to copy paste.
Ash is gonna take one of his daggers out in his hand and is gonna stick close to Karsai. Just kinda.
I whisper to Gururo.
Mhm.
Does anyone back home know about this path?
Well, we've all been warned not to go up the mountain by ourselves, and people have been too busy lately to really venture out.
So no, like
No, your dad's
random
been the only one
adventurers?
that's no, your dad's been the only one that's been up there lately.
Well, would have asked Dad for help, but no.
You
Man,
would
well-
if you asked, regardless of his condition.
I would rather have him alive and well. Thank you very much. And so we basically see all of like the jagged hallways and stuff like that.
Yep. There's two paths leading, but they seem to be. You can't tell if they're leading in the same direction, but there's two. And
Where did we come from? From this end?
The top.
Oh, this end.
Yeah, you came from the top. Where the there's you can see like light coming in from the entrance, slowly fading because of it's basically becoming night outside. Brona suddenly goes, "Shh! I hear something."
Alright, I'm
Do you
going
hear
to
that?
cast
Do you hear that?
Shield of Faith on Karstein.
Okay.
I ready my battle axe.
I hear like a sort of like jittering. And sure enough, since Brona's pointed this out, you hear like a sort of like. Alright, I'm going to have a look ahead. And she kind of like ducks low, presses herself against the wall and stops and goes, I can't fucking see. She's a human, damn.
I can. Tuk Tuk can be casting light upon you.
Whoa. What does it do? Don't make
light
me into a
spell?
fucking lamp. I can't sneak around as a lamp.
You are having daggers or something small that you can hide in your cloak or a pocket?
If it's hiding, I can't see with the light, can I?
Well, no, but you are pulling it out to look and then hiding it away so you are not.
They're
lamp all
making
the
me a beacon. Garuro just like stops this immediately. He's like, look, this is not the time. This is not the time to fight.
time. Fine, going ahead am I. And she had cast light on her weapon. She's going to move forward.
Okay. You hear the chattering.
I'll reposition myself right over.
Alright, what you see. I'm gonna move, just change the map so you can see what what's ahead. Where is it? Yep. So ahead of you, you see this little scuttly thing just like scuttling around. Whoops. And it's kind of jittering around quite fast.
How large is it in relation to me?
It's a medium-sized creature.
Okay.
It's on like all fours though, and it has like a little tail swishing around. So it's long, like medium-sized long, but it's like close to the ground.
There is being a bug, a large bug.
And it kind of just like, oops, not change the size by accident. Because like you can notice that it goes, and it kind of like scuttles this way, and then you can't see it, but it goes around a corner.
Okay. Alright, so this is looking like it has gone further back into the tunnels.
Ash is gonna mumble to himself, kinda. Does anyone find it ironic that we finally got out of a cave to be going back into a cave?
Oh shucks.
You just hear a small snort.
Going forward we are, or standing around?
Going forward.
Okay, I'll move you
Keep your
forward.
wits. Keep your wits with you.
Alright, let's go. And Guro steps in the front too. Brona keeps back, but that's just because of her nature. Right. Oop. Put you over here.
Oh damn.
You're going off the map. Oh no. Oh, there you go. Cool. There you are. Step back here. So people who can see, there's just multiple passageways scoping off. There's like open ones to the right. There is this, I think since Tuk Tuk pointed out there's a scuttly thing scuttling around. It kind of, you do spot it, those that have night vision, dark vision, sorry. And you see this little scuttly bug heading towards this like little door here. And it kind of like clambers up the door over the top. You notice that there is no like connection between the door and the roof. It's kind of just like a wall that can be opened. Your actual guess anyway, because there's like a handle and a lock, and it scuttles away.
You think it's a good idea to follow that?
We've followed worse, haven't we?
I mean, you are true.
Have we?
The dog.
That
That's
dog was very.
mean. What a sweet little doggy.
Poor puppy.
Oh.
It's all said with a gesture. Not. Oh my god, brain words, please.
No words for
I
you.
can't think. Yeah, no, brain is just burned.
Adjusting demeanor.
Yes, that's the word. I'm just like gesturing. No, that's not the word. Cut a few letters out.
Did you all see how that bug open that door.
It
And
didn't
I
open.
thought-
It just crawled over the top of it.
It didn't.
I was about to
open.
say, did you say open? Because Ash was gonna have a straight up panic attack. That's what it did.
Sentient
It's like
slug opens door.
velociraptors.
Use that 10. No, it just crawled over the top. There is no connection between the door and the roof. There's like a gap. It's quite a big gap because it's a giant-sized door with a giant-sized room.
We get the giant reference at this point.
It's quite big.
Hell.
So
We are aware there is something giant related in this case.
So what you're saying was that was actually a pubic louse from a giant. Got it.
Oh,
It's about 20 Kromdrens tall.
shit.
Okay. Ash is just gonna drop his knives and walk away now. That reference was too much for him. No, Ash is still knife out, stuck more towards the back by Karstein's side, I guess.
All right. I'll move like a little bit forward, like here.
Okay.
Do I? I would like to like open my ears a little bit and like try to hear if there's anything.
You hear the little
Slipping.
jittering go off into the distance. As you approach the big door, you also hear two voices. They're not like monster cries or anything. It seems like spoken words. You can't really understand what they're saying though. They're too far away anyway. About here. If from here, that's where the direction is. Where the direction in which the scuttly bug thing had crawled.
Okay. Well, I suppose we have to go through that door then.
I mean, do we have to? I'm sure there's other paths that can get what we're looking for.
I see like two other like walls or doors.
Yeah, there's two other doors. On the far left side of the cabin.
And I'm not
Far
exact-
right, there are just paths, no doors.
Yeah. Would you like to check the paths out first before we try and like, you know, deal with the door?
Wait, are you asking me that?
I'm just asking like the group in general.
I just want to get out of here, honestly. Brenna kind of grumbles to herself. Look,
I'm here to help you, Crom. Just lead the way.
aye lads, your dad didn't really tell us any direction, but that's a big fucking door that's sized like a giant's. I don't know, it's the best bit, I guess.
Well, let's look around then.
Sure.
And then I'll go forward here and I should be able to see this passage over here on the right.
Okay.
The right.
When you approach that passage, you hear more like scuttering, clicking and stuff. But there seems to be more in number.
Well, it's either the giants or like the skittery things. Do you see anything, Tuk Tuk?
Is there anything my avian eyes see?
You'd have to get closer down the tunnel to see.
Alright.
I would also ask you to roll a stealth.
I can try that as well. Too many buttons to click to get to my character sheet. Damn it. Oh, this'll go so well.
Yeah, you're not used to the ground. You're more of a finesse flyer. So you kind of like scuffle, you kick a rock, and then like you hear clicks suddenly stop, and then you hear a.
Okay, hopping back.
Did we
And,
all hear that?
Yeah, it's quite loud.
I'm gonna slowly walk.
I'm going to pull out the other dagger.
And pepper boxes in hand.
You hear something coming down the tunnel.
Is there like a rock outcropping nearby I can kind of duck behind?
Yes, to the left there is like a little corner you can hide behind.
Can I quickly like
can
stealth
hide
over behind that?
Yep, you can hide over there. Broner's gonna do the same.
Uh,
Guro is just gonna go, fuck that, and just like going for it with next to Kromdren.
do you need to roll a stealth check for me?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Alright, let's just get the thing.
I am casting spiritual weapon. Yes.
Oh,
So what you see coming down the tunnel is this quite large creature. It looks like an insectoid, humanoid shaped thing. He's got two pincers either side of his face and he's clicking. And as he's done so, he kind of goes... And he's kind of like jitting around and like cocking his head to the side, confused. He seems more curious than anything.
I'm going to try to speak to it.
What are you doing? You're just approaching?
I am going to cautiously get a little bit closer and try to greet it in various languages.
It kind of just
Let's
stops,
see.
absolutely shocked, and just waits for you to do something, and you're just talking at it.
Hello. Aloha. Konnichiwa. Ni
Pretty
hao.
much.
And it kind of just like...
One of these ring a bell.
Common, Arakokra, Orin, Infernal, and Celestial. I will greet it in.
Yeah, it's just kind of like going... Just like tilting his head even more, and he kind of just says... And he steps forward. And he looks a bit more aggressive now, because he doesn't know who you are.
I take it I can't see it very well from my
No,
point behind
you
the...
can't see. You can hear him. You can't see what.
I'm gonna like whisper over at Karstein, like, what's happening?
From where Karstein is, she can't see either.
All she can do is hear.
Okay,
Dang
I
it.
don't know.
Of course,
Um,
Gruro, being the champion guy that he is, he's going, "What the fuck is that?"
Of course he is. Alright, I am going to try to... I can't speak its language, but I'm going to attempt to show we mean it no harm. Would that be persuasion maybe? I don't know what to roll. Animal handling.
Persuasion, because it's a humanoid type thing. Oh, excellent. Wow, there you go. 22 as a crit. Crit 20. Yay!
Yay!
Okay, now, when Gruro was shouting, it kind of like looked like he was about to get aggressive, but from how you were like being very calm and you were putting your wings out to show you that you meant no harm and you weren't armed yourself, he kind of just like looks to Gruro, looks to you, kind of like puffs out his chest a bit and kind of just clicking. He just looks worried at first and just like looks at you and tilts his head.
I am going to dismiss the weapon that I had, my spiritual weapon, which I had floating around, and as a further sign of coming in peace. And let's see, looking for ore we are? Yes, Kromdren?
Yes.
And fight or flight kicks in, and he chooses just to flee because he realizes he's outnumbered. He goes, "Arr!" and then just runs away.
And it's gonna call more people. So
You don't hear anything else. Just clicking as before, and then he kind of just goes quiet. And it's almost like it's saying shh, shh, and hiding almost.
You know what? I'm gonna follow.
Okay.
And I'm going to say aloud to the others who have no idea what the hell's going on.
Nah, I got that. Don't worry.
Okay.
People at the back, we're clear. We're moving forward.
Okay. So you all follow Tuk Tuk. Okay. Let's quickly move you over here.
Yeah.
Alright. So what you see, is basically it's guarding a nest. You see it once again, this creature guarding a nest. And he's kind of just hiding in the nest with the thing. And there's two of the little skittery bugs now. He's just hiding. It can't really hide too well, it's quite a big creature.
Where did we come from?
Sorry, here. I don't know where Ash's avatar is, but well.
It's okay. I'm super hidden.
You're at the back somewhere.
Even the DM can't see me right now. I'm just like, what's up?
Damn, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it's just saying no. Like he's just holding his hands up and going no, like shaking his head.
Nope.
Nope.
Kromdren. Showing the ore to it. Can you?
I take out the adamantium ore,
Okay.
and then just hand and like, you understand them, I think. So show this to them, and I hand over the adamantium to.
Okay, I'm going to hold up the item to the bug man.
There's a glint in its eye, as if it does. It kind of like perks up and looks at it and goes, "Huh?"
And I'm not going to approach any closer because I don't want to threaten it with its nest and the little ones. And point to the ore and then kind of motion to us, and then back to the ore and kind of questioningly shrug my shoulders at the shrug my wings at the bug person.
It kind of just like motions its hand like in the direction you came from, and like just like almost dismissive, but it's like just pointing back down the tunnel you came from.
Okay.
And then like just buries its arms in its head. No fighty.
No fighty. Okay, well, I am thinking we may not be getting much more out of this creature, so maybe we are trying one of the doors?
Can you ask the bug person about the doors?
I can try?
Please. And I totally lost Kromdren's fucking accent. So, there it goes.
Yeah.
Accents are hard.
It's
Okay.
persuasion
Yeah.
again.
Okay. Oh, that's okay. 17.
So I motion and make a, I guess I draw in the dirt and make like a little door door and confused.
Well, it kind of looks at what you're doing and kind of just clicks his head to the side, click, mandibles just clicking. It kind of understands what you're trying to do, so he gets one of his big claws and he kind of like draws a big door. with like a tunnel over the top, like an arc shape over the top. And there's like make sure it's like there's like a gap. And he draws like an arrow. And he seems quite pleased with what they've done.
I guess so a larger door with an arch over it.
Yeah, with the gap.
With the gap.
Yeah.
Okay, so the little one went through. Okay, I'm gonna take some of my rations and offer it to the whatever it is.
It's
as thanks.
yeah. Well, it's quite larger, much larger than you. So it's like a tiny little thing a bite-sized thing to them. But it kind of just like looks at it and just it's just yeah. you don't understand what he's saying. He's just clicking.
Okay. So, guessing is Tuk Tuk that what we seek is beyond the big door?
He shrugs.
Unfortunately, speaking its language, Tuk Tuk cannot. But Menagerie can only be getting us so far.
Then
Well-
we might as well.
Might as well go through the door. At least try to.
Alright. Get you back over here. Boop, boop, boop. Where is it? Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about distance because we're role playing, not in an encounter. Okay, so yeah, you see the gap is quite big, so you can definitely squeeze through it. It's just getting there. You'll have to like hoist each other up. There is like a it looks like a kind of lock, but it's not the traditional type of lock. I mean, you're not sure if you can have the skills to even open this big stone door, but you most certainly can squeeze through the gap. The shorter people will need help. Taller people can probably jump and grab the edge of the top of the door.
Tuk Tuk delivery service at your service.
Oh yes, you can also get hoisted over by a flying person.
She will probably, if
I will-
nobody has objections, go first, just to make sure it's safe.
But before Tuk Tuk goes, I go through my backpack and hand Tuk Tuk like a fairly long roll of rope,
Ah.
so that she can just like use that when she's like there.
Sounds good. Okay, so I'll take the rope.
Yeah, you
Tie it
can
around my
get through.
waist
Yeah, you can easily
go
go
over.
through, and you can just fly over the top.
Whee!
Boing.
What do I see on the other side first? Just making sure it's safe.
The other side is actually quite empty, but once you're on the other side of the stone door, you hear two voices again. Once again, don't think you can understand them, but you're in a conversation of sorts.
Okay. So,
No immediate danger, though.
okay, I'm going to brace myself against the wall and use that to help my weight and the rope to help others climb up.
Okay. Shorter people first. Brona just like kind of jumps to the forefront and just like slips around over the door. She's quite light, so it's not too much of a strain for you. And then she kind of like puts her arms around your waist and attempts to aid you. So whoever goes up, go ahead. Alright, so Brona's this side, just behind you.
Okay.
Karstein will motion for everyone to go first. Just trying to keep an eye out.
Okay. Is everyone just climbing over?
Arch said that Ash will just stick by Karstein. He had to dip out. So,
Oh, okay.
I guess he'll be going over then.
Alright. Okay. Guru goes and then Thingy goes, Ash is gone. Alright. I'm just gonna put you forward then. Alright, so once everyone is on the other side of this door, they will see. There is a light shining from the end of the tunnel that everyone can see. And the voices are much louder this time. They seem to be speaking some sort of language. I really don't think everyone knows this language.
Hello?
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 I'm here.
Hello.
You cut out completely.
Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, no. Okay, so as you're on the end of the door, you see a light at the end of the tunnel. Like a sparkly, speckly light coming from another entrance. And you hear two voices in conversation. It's a language you don't understand.
I'll just like hug the wall and just slowly try to make my way to the light.
Okay.
And I'll be right behind him.
So as you approach, you hear a big, deep voice, like a booming, echoing from the entrance. And you hear a more faint, like a more feminine voice, softer and more calculated almost, very like purposely speaking, very thoughtful. And they're in deep conversation. The bigger voice seems a bit irate, annoyed, but it definitely seems like the female voice is more in control of the situation, just by the pattern of speech and tone of voice.
I'm going to cast Detect Evil.
Oh yeah, heck, he's evil.
Ooh, that's not being good, this is.
Can he hear Krom?
Yeah?
Humor me. What does the hourglass look like?
What does the hourglass look like?
It looks like it's nearly empty.
It's almost done. I mean, the sand's in it.
There's still sand streaming down, but it's like, you seem like it's got like maybe 15 minutes left.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, hazard a guess.
Negotiating with, possibly, but ready for a fight should we be.
Alright, Brona's taken out her daggers ready. She doesn't like the feeling of this. Guro has had his like Warhammer club out like since the beginning. He's just very eager to fight. And yeah, as a cautionary measure, Ash has taken his daggers out and is like just basically at the back, being careful.
Garuro, with me.
Yeah, aye lad, let's go.
And then we just like edge our way into like the light.
Okay. The light that's glimmering from this entrance, it kind of sparkles, almost like how, you know, like things going through, light going through stained glass window, kind of like sparkles and kind of moves on the floor as a reflection. It's kind of like that kind of thing. Very similar colors to the jewels in the gemstones in the precious stones in the ore you have.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear the booming voice just grumping and just going humph and stop talking, and then you hear a laugh, a cool laugh from the female voice.
I look back at the group, and then I just wait. I'm just gonna wait for any one of them to like give me a nod if they're ready.
Guro's always ready. He's born ready.
I just see him just sitting there nodding eagerly like a bubble.
Let's go, let's go!
Yeah!
He's like hitting the side of his head trying to get the adrenaline going, you know?
And I step into the light.
Okay! Ah! Alright, once you step inside... where's my thing? Boop. You. Come
Me?
on. Yes, well, everyone who sees steps inside. You see two figures silhouetted against this light shining from. It looks like a huge wall of this adamantine, very similar to, exactly the same as the one you have that you've been carrying, but you can tell like it kind of like it seems like it goes on like even further than this wall. Like it's just like a small area, like a vein of this thing. And the two silhouetted things, people don't really notice you at first. Because they're like still grumbling. But then the smaller little figure kind of turns to you and smiles. And she starts to speak in common, noticing you. Ah, it seems that we have guests. And then she clicks her fingers and she disappears. And like the bloke that you see before you, it's easy to work out here that he's a giant. He kind of like got confused what she said and just like turns around to look at you. His eyes glowing with dark, yeah, because of just the nature of dark vision. Like how, you know, a cat kind of like his eyes shine in the light, in the dark.
I will stare at the abyss as the abyss stares back at me.
Brutus Sculpture! He is not happy, and he like takes his club out.
I just stand my ground and then just like hold my battle axe.
Alright, what's everyone else doing?
Readying weapon and spells.
Da-da-da-da. Okay, well, he's not happy that you are here, so he's going to try. And, well, before that, please roll. I can.
What time is it? Initiative.
Yes, that's it. Initiative time. That's the word I'm looking for.
I'll need to have my token though.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, 1 second, please.
Okay.
I made an actual like battle map for this. This is just a pretty picture. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, Crow's already there. He's there.
Oh shit, bro.
Okay, get rid of this one. Da-da-da-da.
This area is hella cramped. Though.
Yeah, it's a small cabin, but it's a massive, like, thing. And he's a big boy. Look at him. Big
boy big.
He's big. Alright, let me put this here. Put that away.
I didn't click my token first, so it didn't get.
No. That's fine. I'll add the thing.
I did click my
Thank you.
token and then I clicked the initiative, but it didn't like do the thing.
Right, and let's get this guy. Cool. Yeah. Right, let me click this fella. Yeah. And click. Yeah. Okay, where is he? Brona. E. And Guru. Why is his initiative 0? Oh well. Okay, did I get in the initiative? Yeah. Ash is not there, why? Ash! Oh well, where is he? Um... 12. Is everyone there? Karstein, Kromdren, you, oh, you said Tuk wasn't there? Okay.
Tuk should have a 14.
That's it, okay. Okay. Alright, so with the 20, it's Karstein first.
Sorry, I had to wait for the ambulance to go screaming by. It was really loud.
Oh.
Like I went to push the button, it was just like, and my window's right next to the road. So, I'm not wasting any time. Burning a grit for disarming shot and shooting him, in the hand.
Mm-hmm. All right. That does not hit. Unfortunately.
Because I'm being a jerk, I'm gonna burn Action Surge to go again.
Alright.
To shoot him. And burning my second grit. Oh, I have to make sure. No, I burnt it, so it doesn't matter. So I'm burning my other grit to try to still disarm him.
That doesn't hit either.
And you just hear a string of curses.
Okay, Kromdren.
I spread my arms wide, like with my great axe on my right hand. Fire forge! And then I would like to rage.
Yeah.
And I just like run straight like in front of this guy. And I'm gonna do my thing. Great axe. $18.
Now, this is a very strange thing.
Mm.
As soon as you raise your weapon and your weapon connects, everyone freezes, including your giant foe. It almost feels like the air is frozen too. And you hear that laugh from before. That woman's voice. And like the light, and you know, even with your dark vision, it seems to like dim. And one moment please. Yeah, she starts to laugh. And she speaks in Dwarven, funnily enough.
My notes.
Yeah. Sup, she says. No, she says, so, fighting so viciously for this metal. She waits for you to reply. She slowly fades into existence again.
I need this metal.
That's very interesting. What price would you pay?
I'm already happy that I get to hold an aura of it. So I'm willing to pay with my life for that.
You're willing to pay with your life. And she steps back again into the shadows. Time snaps back. Your blow does connect with the giant, and he tumbles back. But he doesn't get up. Everyone else behind you drops down to their knees, like, after hearing these chimes again. Even in this place, even in your homeland, these bells make you feel heavy.
Not this again. Not like this.
What's going on? What is happening to us? What vile magic?
You all fall to your knees. Even Gruro as well.
Okay, good.
even poor Trev, who has no idea what's going on. All these questions, no answers. But you have made a promise. What will come of this promise, you do not know. But, I guess you'll find out in due time. For now, you are asleep again. Who knows if you'll wake up or not? I guess we'll find out next time, eh? Okay, I would like... let's see, I'm gonna roll for Ash, but could you... Karstein, would you also roll a wisdom saving throw?
Okay, hang on.
Left 14.
Okay. Let's see, he's got that
I
in.
just would like to say, squab, damn it.
Okay, so Karstein. Let's see. As you black out, for a time, it's just the nothingness as you've experienced before. Cradled almost in darkness, but soon your thoughts begin to flicker into existence again. Everything is dark, except for a cold, lonely spotlight overhead. At first your mind is blank and you clutch your head with both hands, cradling it almost, pressing it together in between your palms, begging for some sort of thought or memory to break this silence. Thomas Marcel. One name hangs in your mind in answer to this inner plea. It has such an effect on you remembering this name. A fierce, unyielding desire for vengeance burns within your breast. Thomas Marcel. Who were they? Why did this hunger for retribution grip you so? An itching feeling distracts you and scratching through your clothing that gives you no relief. You open your shirt and scratch away at your chest, above the heart, and feel a slight dent and scarring. Taking off your gloves, you touch the area where you'll notice the old injury, and furrow your brow, trying to pull any more memories. Then you notice the hand that you see is not your own, nor your body in fact. You look down, and indeed, it's not your chest, but that of a man, and confusion shakes you for a moment. You look up and peeking out from the darkness is a smoking barrel aimed at you. Or at least the body you are currently residing in. Then a sharp pain. You look down and see the scars opening up, bleeding as if fresh wounds. Falling to your knees, your mind races, but you are fading. As the body weight drags you into the floor, you look up and a voice leaves your lips. Thomas. No reply, and the spotlight overhead dims and fades. And that's where I'll end the session. Thank you, guys.
You said the name and I got a shiver. That was so bad.
Thank you.
Oh God!
You can't see it. I am literally clutching my chest
Really?
right now.
Oh.
I am.